You're looking at the skyline of Cincinnati, Ohio. Some of the best high school football in the nation is played here, and tonight we've got a huge night of football action for you. It's Friday Football live from the studios at Northern Kentucky University's Griffin Hall. We've got a fantastic slate of games for you tonight, including one of the biggest games of the year, Moeller at East Central. Lakota West is at Fairfield. West Claremont is at Winton Woods. Springboro is at Elder. Campbell County is at Highlands. And Williamsburg is at Marymount. We've got our outstanding crew out in the field tonight bringing you all the action. Matt Supinger, he is at East Central tonight for the big Moeller East Central game. He'll also keep an eye on other games in Southeast Indiana. Josh Kalb is at Mason County tonight as they host Fleming County. He'll keep an eye on the Northern Kentucky games. Dimitri Fizzik is covering games in the GMC tonight. Andy Edwards taking a look at the games going on in the GCL. We've got Gracie Kopfer here in studio taking care of all the social media. And Alex Perez will be live in the Tri-State Media Center bringing you all the games from outside the greater Cincinnati area. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Friday Football Live Command Center. I'm Matt Sexton. It's another outstanding week of high school football, including one of the biggest games that we're going to bring you all season long. So no more talking. Let's get out to the live action tonight. Our first game coming up now on Friday Football Live. We're ready for our first action tonight. Of course, the biggest game of the night, Moeller and East Central. They're not going to kick off until 7:30, so we can't take you out there yet. So we're going to start tonight at Charlie Frederick Stadium, thanks to our friends at Waycross Community Media. It is Winton Woods, 2-0 on the season, hosting West Claremont. Of course, these two teams both had playoff appearances a season ago. Both of them ended short of where they were hoping to get to. Winton Woods, their first loss actually came in the third round of the playoffs last year to Kings. They certainly want to get past that this year. And a lot of people think they're one of, if not the best teams in Cincinnati in Division II. Last week they defeated Walnut Hills 49-0 to go to 2-0 on the season. West Claremont picked up their first ECC win of the season, beating Little Miami 33-14. So let's head out there, Winton Woods and West Claremont on Friday Football Live.
I know what I'll get. I'll get good, hard, determined play. The thing is, I'll also get penalties, which if they could figure out a way to minimize these penalties, that could go a long way to keeping these officials out of the rearview mirror. Okay, so here we go. The Warriors getting ready to start it up. George looking over to the sideline. Back under center now. No, he's not under center. He's in the pistol. Penalty on the play again.
8 seconds into this game. 2 penalties already on Winton Woods.
And this is where you come to practice, which I do from time to time. One of these times they should just bring the officials in and let the officials run the practice. I know there's a lot of passion with these guys. We see a George waiting to snap. He turns and gives. Nose straight inside, and there's a wall. The host of Claremont Wolves waiting.
Number 26, Tyler Goody. Ready one, pick one. Goes straight ahead into the line, gets to the 25-yard line. Pick up at 2 yards.
Numbers 26, Tyler Gooding getting that carry. Tyler Gooding is heir apparent to the job this year. He's well earned it, well worthy of it.
He's been one of their best players through 2 weeks, 172 yards last year. He's just added on to that this year.
Okay, we'll see what they come up with on second down. George throwing his ball out in the flat, and the Warrior defender, the Wolf defenders are there and take him down. It's like the Warriors are behind the sticks now. 3rd and 13.
They like to.
We'll get you back out to Winton Woods here in a little bit. We'll check in for the first time tonight at the pit at Elder. Elder in action and on the march already. They are inside the 15-yard line, certainly looking to get off to a good start in the All-Panther battle tonight against the Springboro Panthers out of the Greater Western Ohio Conference. 0-2 start on the season for Springboro. They lost last week to Withrow 29-10. Elder 1-1. They defeated Newman Goretti last week 35-14. The Panthers of Elder on the march inside the 15. Let's take you out to the pit live on Friday Football Live.
Along, but the Panthers sitting on the 13-yard line. Great field position here on that last draw. Excellent blocking up front by the Elder O-line.
Approaching 10 minutes to go in the first quarter. No score. 2 wide receivers to the left side. Shotgun formation. They go in motion with Taylor. And now looking to the right is Brass going to run it, and he's going to run inside the 10 to the 5 into the end zone. Touchdown, Brian Brass.
Couldn't have worked out better for the Panthers. The defensive line of Springboro shifted to the left, and Elder right away was able to, they only had 3 down linemen, so Elder was able to make sure they got a hat on a hat and get a push up front, and Brass found that lane to get into the end zone. So just like that, with 9:49 to go here in the first, Elder puts one in for 6.
6th rushing touchdown of the year for Brass. And Roth will set up with Thaman to hold. Here's the snap. The hold with the right foot is up, and it is good. 9:49 to go in the opening quarter. Elder on the board first. They lead it 7-0. We'll take a timeout on the
Elder
Prep
off to a
Sport.
great start, a 7-0 lead. We'll get you back out there in a little bit. Meanwhile, Campbell County is at Highlands tonight at David Cecil Memorial Stadium. Let's head out there for an update on Friday Football Live.
Pass intended for number 1, Tyus McCarter. Falls incomplete. It's 3rd and 10.
So as we head out to the Highlands Cubcap game, I want to point out that, or Campbell County, I should say, there's no play-by-play announcer at Highlands. You'll hear the sound of the PA announcer throughout the night, but there will be no play-by-play.
Touchdown, Highlands! Pass downfield is caught by number 10, Davis Hine-Gardner. And the Bluebirds strike first. Whitmer's pass to Banky is good for the 2-point conversion.
So the touchdown pass and the 2-point conversion, and the Bluebirds on top early, 8-0. We're going to head back out to Winton Woods High School. West Claremont with the ball for the first time tonight in a scoreless game, and we actually have a timeout on the field as we send you back out to Winton Woods on Friday Football Live.
First quarter.
Interesting so far that they've come out throwing the ball.
Well, probably it's a good idea to give this Warrior defense more to think about.
So with the timeout at Winton Woods, we'll step aside and move on over to Marymount for the first time tonight, as there's a completion for Williamsburg down near the goal line and into the end zone for a touchdown. The Williamsburg Wildcats, many people believe the odds-on favorite in the Southern Buckeye Conference National Division this season. They are on the board first against Marymount, although everybody's walking back without celebrating. Maybe we have a penalty flag on the play. It's going to take that off the board. Let's take you out there live and find out whether the Wildcats have scored or if they're going to get backed up.
He shrugs off a tackle there and gets to the end zone. Just like we were talking about with Marymount, this is something that can kill drives, those penalties, and they need to limit those if they want to win.
Yeah, never good when you have a and goal situation from nearly outside the red zone. That's never easy to convert.
Definitely not. If you look at the replay, we can just see him battling and fighting through all the tackles as he just forces his way into the end zone.
Holden Miller in the backfield here. Joey Morris at the bottom of your screen. They're going to put Ayers in motion. He goes up the middle. Miller almost sacked, now sneaks away, throws to the end zone. It's Ayers, touchdown Wildcats.
No problem for J.J. Miller there. You know, we talked about a goal-to-goal situation from that far out being hard. He makes it look like a piece of cake.
Man, Jamal, I tell you what, this Wildcats team is averaging 50 a game. They put up 54 in week 1, 46 in week 2. And my goodness, did they score quickly here. Turn the ball over on the first possession, go right down the field, find the end zone on a deep ball here. What a great ball by Miller there. And
beautiful hands by Ayers to catch it.
The scouting report on this Williamsburg team is that they go for 2 a lot, and they're going for it here. I think they had 6 in their last game, 2-point conversions. I love that style of play. We'll see if they can put 8 on the board.
Coach Leon says they go for 2 almost every time.
He rolls out right, looking to throw. Broken up and picked off by Tyler Kutcher. He ends up calling it incomplete, but the job is done for the Warriors. They keep him out of the end zone.
So the
Still
2-point conversion attempt is no good, but Williamsburg, as you heard on the broadcast, likes to put up a lot of points. Off to a quick start here, a 6-0 lead over Marymount. We'll get you back out there in a little bit. Meanwhile, back to Winton Woods. They came out of the timeout, and West Claremont looks like they're going to be the beneficiary of a penalty against Winton Woods. So we will see. Looks like somebody jumped offside. So the drive continues for the Wolves here inside the 40-yard line.
They're not looking to snap the ball. Now it's an easy first down for West Claremont. We'll see if they run the ball. Landon Young, their running back, leads the conference in rushing yards.
Okay, if he's leading the conference in rushing yards, he's going to have his work cut out for him tonight. They act like they just want to pass.
It's another pre-snap penalty. This will be on the offense.
Flag down. It's going to be on the Wolves this time.
Now they go back 5 yards, but they already got the first down off of the previous Winton Woods penalty.
I'm sure it's a good thing if you could keep them playing behind the chains.
Actually, put this over here. It will do just flag. You don't have to type it in or anything. Okay? Yeah, and it brings it off to the side, so it's completely different. What you will have to do is change that out back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's actually easier. Yeah. Okay.
But here we go now. Man in motion. Running to the motion and sticks his nose in there and he picks up about 3 tough yards.
Quarterback Rickman plays both ways. He's 12 tackles this year on defense.
That's right. He's got, as a matter of fact, he had 4 solo tackles last week. 2nd and 12. More defense.
Start tighter, please. Zoom in some more. Quarterbacks like right behind the ref.
Wolves are in a pistol. There's a give, but he's hitting the backfield, and now the whole defense is there to shove him down rudely.
Absolutely no room to run for Young at all. Looked like that was Landon Anderson in on the tackle for the Warriors. Just big time talent all over this defense.
So that's going to make it 3rd and 15.
This is the Winton Woods defense. This is exactly what you want, forcing West Claremont to have to air it out. Rickman is not known for his ability to push the ball downfield.
But as we see, anybody on the field can beat you if you don't pay attention. Got a whistle on the play. Okay, so West Claremont calling timeout.
Okay, one's live. I'm going to be starting the clock move just a hair, so I'm going to fiddle with that.
Well, you can already see where West Claremont, they're going to be depending on number 13, Bo Rickman. And basically, if he wants to pull it out of a guy's gut and run it himself, he's probably free to do that.
Let's slip out of there and head back over to Marymount, where Marymount
a ton of running the football this year.
About 3
Top
yards
3
to go on their
in
own
the conference in rushing yards, 220.
Now this is a big first down. They're going to hand it off again, and oh my goodness, is Williamsburg on this one. Brody Fisher was in the backfield before the ball was even snapped, it looked like.
Great rush by Fisher, and Duckwall really had nowhere to go.
Yeah, Williamsburg, you can see it already. These guys are aggressive, defensively, offensively, special teams with the onside kick. I mean, these guys are playing like they've got nothing to lose out here. And so far, it's working.
Definitely, they've came out and bombarded Marymount with their, rushing the quarterback, rushing their duck wall, and just really trying to swarm them.
This one to Tully. He's going to get the kickoff. Pretty clean kick. He gets off to Ayers. Looks like he's going to try and return this one. Pretty good return he's getting out of it. Makes a couple guys miss until he's eventually brought down by the punter, Charlie Tully, who takes him down about the 34-yard line. But a nice return by the athlete Ayers. He's having a big game. We're not even halfway through the first quarter yet.
Definitely. They're going to have to try to contain him if they want to win. They cannot let him run rampant in all facets of the game.
Jamal, I'm looking at my roster here for the Williamsburg Wildcats. The last football coach listed is Zach Taylor. You don't think he has any relation to the Bengals coach, do you?
Well, he could. That'd be an awesome story to tell, by the players.
I'm looking. I don't see him on the sideline right now, but we'll keep an eye out as the game goes on here.
He may be in attendance.
This one's handed off on the end around. Good blocking up the sideline, and he's just short of the first down. Good blocking there for Austin Elkins, the receiver, who's going to take it up the sideline outside the hash marks for about 8 yards. If I'm Williamsburg, just seeing them play early, knowing how these guys like to play, I would not be surprised to see a shot here. Second and short is a classic time to take one. We've already had them see success in the air in this game. I would not be surprised if they try and make a big play out of this one.
Definitely, they're a high-powered offense as shown by the 50 points per game.
Miller calls the shots, asks for the ball. He is looking to throw. Steps up, wanted to throw deep, and now he's going to be brought down by Lawson Wade at the line of scrimmage. What a big play.
I told you to watch out for him. He's a big guy, but he moves really fast, and he can cause some real havoc out there.
Yeah, just like we talked about, they were running at least 3 guys down the field, a good 20 to 30 yards there. Miller was looking, but nothing was there. Great coverage from the Warriors and a great play by Lawson Wade. Third down here. Third down and short. Looks like about 4. We'll see what they go to here. They love to throw the ball, yet to really have a designed run play so far. Now they give it to Ayers up the middle. What a great play call. He's got room. Almost broke one big, but Tully brings him down just shy of the 40-yard line. That's a first down and some for the Wildcats. The fake to Aiden Holden went right up the middle to their best receiver, Pierce Ayers.
Great play by Tully. He most likely just stopped a touchdown there. As you can see on the replay, Ayers had a burst of speed up the middle, and he was going to be gone without that tackle by Tully.
Now 1st and 10 in Warrior territory again are the Wildcats. Got a bunch set on the bottom of your screen, 3 receivers lined up. They're going to fake the handoff, go outside on the screen pass. Stiff arm given to Davis Whitmore, but he hangs on to make the tackle. Michael Day tried to shrug him off, but Whitmore was resilient, and
We'll get you back out to Marymount here in a little bit, but let's head out to the pit once again. We're Elder already with a 7-0 lead over Springboro. On the march again, they are right at the Springboro 20-yard line. It's about 2.5 minutes to go in the opening quarter, and a 7-0 lead for the Elder Panthers.
So far. Brass a 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line, and he throws to the right side, complete to Myris. Tried to make a move and does inside to the 10-yard line. So Myris looked like he was, but if he stopped, he made a nice move, and he got to the 10. That's going to be another first down. It'll be 1st and goal for the Panthers.
Cunningham was the first to get there, but Myris able to keep his feet as he went low on the tackle, and Myris able to pick up, get Elder the fresh set here. 1st and goal for the Elder Panthers.
Myris continues to dominate. He had 15 catches for 217 yards and 2 touchdowns coming in. Already has a couple of catches tonight, and that one's for another 12 or 14 yards. And they set up now with, they go left side, and that's Drew Murphy. And now we get a false start, I believe, on the Panthers. Let's see what they call here. Looks like they're going to move this back 5 yards, so the Panthers will have to go a little bit further. Your health has always been a top priority to our partners at Mercy Health. Lucky for our student athletes, they don't have to go far to see that in action. Athletic trainer Jeffrey Fitz is always close by to help provide personalized care for our partners, and team physician Dr. Matt Bosom is just a phone call away for all your sports medicine needs. Thank you for all you do to keep the Panther students, athletes healthy. Mercy Health is a proud sponsor of high school sports. A minute 48 to go here in the first quarter. Now a 1st and 15 at the 15-yard line. It's Meyer. Meyer inside the 10, and he gets to about the 8-yard line before he's stacked up there. But a nice gain of 7 yards by Myers. Had a good game so far.
Excellent block on the outside by Braden Boeing to really help Meyer find that. But as this clock continues to tick to about a minute 25, and Elder sitting in a position second and goal from the 7. Hoping, I think they got enough strength in that offensive line and what they've been doing so far in this game to open up a lane for Brass or Meyer to get through. And right now they're going to spread this one out.
Yeah, they got Myers to the inside. They got Murphy to the outside on the right side. They go Taylor in motion. They go Brass, and Brass going to run. He runs inside the 5, spins to the 1. I don't think he's in there, but he got to the 1-yard line. It'll be a third down, or actually third down and goal coming up at the 1.
Kraus makes the tackle for Springboro, gets in just to bring him down as they're going to mark him, like you said, Len, right about the 1. And Elder Panthers, we've ticked underneath the minute, 44 seconds to go, but Elder's going to be able to punch this one in before the end of this quarter. Just got to hold on to that football.
7-0 Panthers looking to try to make it 14-0 here. Myers to the right side, Murphy to the left side as a wide receiver. They go Boeing in motion to the right. Brass going to run to the right into the end zone easily for the touchdown. Ryan Brass, second touchdown of the game, 7th of the season, and the Panthers lead it 13-0 pending.
Like I said, Len, the offensive line has been doing a great job for Elder tonight. Those guys up front, Ross Shorts, Watson, Widener, Caminiti, and then Taylor's been blocking, Braden Boeing getting in there. So Guy just doing a fantastic job with a hat on a hat. It gives you that 1-yard Ryan Brass touchdown.
9 plays, 87 yards.
And then Taylor's been blocking, Braden Boeing getting in there. So Guy just doing a fantastic job with a hat on a hat. It gives you that 1 yard.
Once again, so Elder looking to expand their lead to 14-0 with the extra point. We'll let you know how that goes. Meanwhile, still scoreless, West Clermont and Winton Woods. Winton Woods were really backed up in their own end, but now have gotten out near in midfield, and they're still in the late stages of the opening quarter.
Looks like the ball came out here at the end.
Oh, actually, no, he's still not down. Still not down. Still not down. Now he's down.
No, we still have it.
Yeah, he was good. Okay. And coming out. There we go.
But there was a fight down there for it.
Okay, so this clock moving, 3:09, and the Warriors are going to kick it over on this 4th and 10.
It's kick, ready 2, take 2. There's a kicker further back.
Neither team
There you go.
so far really being able to establish anything offensively.
Kick is up, spiral kick, it's caught, and he's immediately hauled down by the Warriors special teams, number 19 on that tackle.
Number 2, you're ready to take 2 now.
The penalty on the field. I didn't see how where it had anything to do on the tackle, no face mask or anything of that nature.
I don't see the ref anywhere. There we go. Race 3, take 3. Please, got him.
No penalty.
Nice tackle on special teams there by Winton Woods. West Clermont will get the ball back. Still scoreless in that one. That's our best game so far of the night. We'll get you back out there in a little bit. Meanwhile, they are underway in quarter number 2 at Marymount, and it's Williamsburg on the move again inside the 30-yard line, facing about a 2nd down and 7 here on Friday Football Live.
2 or 3 yards before Warren and Naccioni work together to bring him down. It's going to be 3rd down, Wildcats here.
And if you see number 16, Jack Simpson, he's a great rusher off the edge there, and he can really get to the quarterback if you don't block him right.
Yeah, had a couple of big plays in week 1 against Oakwood in the second half that really helped the Warriors. I think he had a sack, a tackle for a loss, so he can wreak havoc if you're not careful when you block him.
Definitely.
Miller looking to throw. Great block from Holden on the edge. Can't go deep, and now the ball comes out.
The ball is out.
Finn Wharton has it, and this one's recovered by Marymount.
What a play by the Warriors.
Jack Simpson got in behind him. Holden threw him a block early, but he couldn't hold on. He hit Miller from behind, and the ball came flying out about 5 yards, and it was Warren who was able to dive on it.
You know, and that's exactly what I was talking about. Jack Simpson just obliterates J.J. Miller and knocks that football out. What a hit by Jack Simpson.
Yeah, right on cue was the sophomore there. And Marymount, that could be a huge point in that game because it really looked like Williamsburg was going to come down and put some points on the board.
Gives
but
the
now
ball back to
Charlotte Tully
Marymount.
and the
Meanwhile,
Warriors have an
Lakota
opportunity
West
to march
is
down the
into the end zone, it appears, and then a late flag as we've got a little bit of extracurricular activities going on behind the play. But the important thing is Lakota West has expanded its lead. They are up to 20-0 pending this penalty flag. Let's take you out there and find out what's going on with Lakota West. Will the touchdown stand? We will see.
Dairy contact there from Markwood.
Yeah, he's an aggressive guy, and sometimes, you know, that happens. But when that adrenaline's rushing, I mean, you don't know what you're doing when you're out in that field. So, although that was a bit of a mistake, but again, keep the energy up, keep the fire up, keep the momentum going.
There's going to be a personal foul here. Touchdown will still stand. I believe West will be pushed back on the point after and not the kickoff, although I'm not entirely sure in high school if there's an option that goes along with that penalty.
Yeah, I have no idea. But I think they are going to enforce on the kickoff.
So Benner out. Anytime you're kicking 3 PATs in the first quarter, you know it's a great game.
Yeah, it's a good sign.
49 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. West with a chance to go up 21-zip. Snap the hold. The kick is up. Benner boots it through. It is good. 21-0 Firebirds. Still got 49 seconds left in the first quarter. Fairfield Indians with the ball, looking to retaliate when we come back.
So no troubles tonight so far for Lakota West. A big thanks to their student broadcasting crew that allows us to share that feed with you every Friday night. But we're going to take you back out to ICRC Television out at Marymount. And we just left you. Marymount had recovered a fumble and looked like they were going to get a drive started. Well, that drive didn't last very long because they fumbled it right back. And Williamsburg again in good field position across midfield, looking to add to a 6-0 lead.
But a patient runner is eventually brought down. It was Michael Day looking to pick up some yards, but Marymount sniffed out that run from the very second it started.
This has been insanity. The last couple of plays here. JT Miller losing the ball, and then Duckwall losing the ball, and we can just see how the game can just flip back and forth.
Yeah, 3rd and 9 now for the Wildcats. Once again, potential 4-down territory, depending on what they do. I don't know what their punt team looks like, but they're going to look to throw here pretty obviously. Marymount sends a big blitz. Miller steps up, but can't get anywhere, and it's 4th down. Marymount had guys coming in from all angles there, Jamal. Miller was clearly looking to throw, but he could not get anything off. Really nice play call from Coach Nick Leone there.
He tries to step up, but the Warriors' rush is just too much. And you may see some, here's the replay here. Just a lot of Warriors crashing in, and Lawson Wade and
Andrew Duckwall got a hand on them, both of them there, and they're going for it on 4th down. I like this call. Miller looking to throw again, stepping up,
Wade
rolling out. Throwing it, picked off by Ryan Glassmeyer. He's going the other way up the sideline, makes a juke, makes a man miss it, is brought down at the 40. What a great play by Ryan Glassmeyer.
This has been insanity, and this is what you were talking about with J.J. Miller and his, risk and reward type play style. Looks to go for a quick route there to get the first down, and Glassmeyer just jumps it.
Yeah, and the more I watch this Williamsburg team play, I don't know if the turnovers are necessarily Miller's fault. He got blindsided on the hit from behind to fumble the ball earlier, and right there they're going for it on 4th and 9. It's not like he can take a sack or anything or throw the ball away. He has to try and force that ball to his receiver. Glassmeyer made a great read to step up and make a return there. We'll see if the Warriors can make something of that. Empty backfield, it's Tully here.
What a beautiful play.
They want him to hurry up. 5 men out. He rolls out right. looking to throw.
The rush is getting to
Oh,
him. Oh,
wow!
my goodness.
Number 15, Luke Zarnecki, with a big hit on Charlie Tully for a loss of about 8.
Tully just runs into a wall here with Zarnecki.
He's looking to throw, just had absolutely nothing. It was Dane Jones who almost got to him, and then Zarnecki lays the wood right there. What a great play.
Roll Silver, we're going to look at that touchdown. Or not touchdown, that interception. You have to start at the bottom.
And here we go, it's Tully just in front of the 50-yard line here, and a flag before the play even gets going.
Looks like another
and
false
it's a
start.
false start. Back goes Marymount. That is exactly what we've been talking about. It's already coming to fruition in this game. 5-yard penalty. They move back onto their own side of the field here.
Yeah, this is just the penalties are coming very often already here from Marymount. They need to cut down on those if they want to be successful, and they have to get the ball. They have to start getting the ball moving. You know, they're going in the wrong direction right now.
2nd and 22 for the Warriors. Looking to throw now. It's Tully. Doesn't really have much. He's got to be careful not to get sacked again. Now he goes deep, signaling up the field. It's Whitmore wide open. This one's caught. Goes up the end zone, makes a juke. Touchdown, Warriors!
What a play. Charlie Tully directing traffic, tells Whitmore where to go, and throws a dime. Touchdown, Warriors.
What a great play by the seniors right there. Tully was in deep trouble on the right side of the field. Told Whitmore to go upfield, makes the break, and they get 6 points out of it.
Beautiful catch, and then the juke move after just adds a little seasoning on top.
Marymount loves this play. They've ran it twice already this season. They go bunch set on the left side. Watch out for Cooper Naccioni at the top of your screen here. They might look to go deep to him. They're going to snap it to Duckwall, though, and he gets 2 points. What a play that is.
What a play. Oh, there looks to be some confusion.
And they call it no good.
Oh, they're saying no good.
Marymount is furious. That was a brilliant play call by Nick Leone. So earlier this season, if you guys haven't been watching, Marymount loves to run this play where they line up 8 guys on the left side of the field, then lob one up to 6'4"
Turnover
Cooper
bug costing Williamsburg as Marymount goes down the field and ties it up, and evidently furious that they did not get the 2-point conversion attempt, but it's all tied. And we'll get you back out there in a little bit. But our main game of the night getting ready to kick off at East Central High School tonight, where Moeller will take on East Central. Moeller coming in with a record of 1-1. Of course, they were victorious last week over Bishop Dwenger, 57-0. East Central 2-0 overall, 1-0 in conference play, the Eastern Indiana Big School Division. They defeated Harrison in the border battle last week, 42-7. Now, these two teams played a season ago, and you know East Central's been thinking about it for just about a full year. Moeller defeated East Central last year, 43-14. These are two teams that have serious state title hopes. Obviously, last year, East Central won the state championship. Moeller fell in the state semifinals to Springfield, so it should be a good one tonight. It looks like it is East Central set to kick it off, so we will send you out there. Our friends at Trojan Media Productions, their student productions do a great job. They're going to bring you the action tonight from East Central on Friday Football Live.
Moeller was on offense and how quick they can score. So East Central really has to be ready on every play.
Absolutely. They do take advantage of the big play, but they do have some long sustained drives as well. So I got to be on your toes for everything here. And it looks like the clock is not.
Yeah, it looks like we've had a scoreboard issue here.
Spoke too soon about that weather.
I guess so. It must have been a bolt out of the blue, Jeff. We didn't see.
There we go. Lit up again. They get to get the numbers back up here, get everything set, and we'll be ready to play football.
I was going to say, I know it worked last night, Jeff. We were middle school football, so hopefully it's ready tonight. Official gives the go-ahead signal. Nate McPhee is set. Here we go. Kick is off. But Marshall has it on the return. He's going to break a couple tackles, and he's ran out of bounds by East Central's special teams. Really a nice return there, Jeff, for Marshall.
It was. And for the first view we get at, first look we get at him this season, and he's doing what we thought he would do. He's just he's quick and was able to find some holes there on our return.
It will be first and down. Moeller Crusaders from their 39-yard line. Preston Smith in motion. Ponatowski takes it, hands it to Marshall. Marshall on a great run. He's tackled by number 12, Chase Bellman. That's a first down for the Crusaders. They get immediately into Trojan territory. Ball on the 43. Again, a quick snap. A little screen pass here. Ball is lost. But Jeff, I believe Moeller recovered. That was number 14, Roman Mason, on the reception.
Yeah, Roman Mason, he's averaging 21 yards per catch this season. Last week, he didn't have as many catches. He wasn't their leading receiver as far as number, but he was as far as yardage. So look for him for the big plays.
2nd and 6. Handoff this time to number 37. It's Isaac Shade, senior running back for the Crusaders, 5'7", 160 pounds.
Yeah, Moeller's not huddling up here. They want to try to keep East Central on their heels.
Yes.
You know, they have a good drive going here, had those big run at the beginning, and they're trying to capitalize and keep that defense on the field.
3rd and 2, Crusaders. Ponatowski gets the call from the sideline, gets the offense set. Handoff again up the middle.
I think he's got the first down, Aaron.
I think so too, Jeff. Again, that was Isaac Shade, number 37.
Marshall just came back in the game from the sideline. I don't know if he had an equipment issue or if that was just planned for him to come out for a couple of plays there, but coaches need to take notice of that.
1st and 10 from the 31. Moeller, and a flag is flown. Looks like this is going to go against the Crusaders, yes. It's like a neutral zone infraction.
Yeah, I don't know. He signaled like a illegal procedure of some sort. They got 3 guys out. Maybe they had too many guys on the line of scrimmage, not enough men in the backfield. Anyway, changes it to 1st and 15.
Penalty in East Central's favor. Marshall again. He spins away, cuts back upfield, and he hangs on to the ball, gets inside, just at the red zone there, Jeff, gets it up to the 20.
Yeah, East Central's line, our defensive line, we won the line of scrimmage there.
Yes.
Stacked him up in the backfield, but he's just so
elusive.
He's elusive, and he just changes directions very quickly and was able to get out of that.
Well, you could see what a talent he is, Jeff, and just why he was so highly regarded as a recruit.
Absolutely. Got another stoppage of play here.
Looks like he's talking to.
I don't see a penalty. Yeah, I don't see a penalty. I think it was maybe just clock wasn't set. Officials weren't ready.
Ponatowski back to throw. He looks towards the end zone. That was intended for Marshall, but it's broken up on the play. That was number 4.
That's Jace Dorsey. That was good defense. That was
good defense, Jeff.
A nice route back to the corner of the end zone, and Jace just got right in front of him and was able to go up there and push it away. But we got a penalty on the field. I don't know what that's for. Something against Moeller here again. I've got a holding call against Moeller.
East Central take that penalty, 10 yards. And that's 2 penalties, Jeff, on this drive for Moeller. I think they called that a 5-yard hold.
Yeah, it's what, 1st and 20 now.
Yeah, that's right, 10-yard penalty. Pass out to the flat. That's complete to number 8.
That's Duffy. He kind of moves around, plays tight end. He's a big body, 6'3", 239. I've seen him line up at tight end. He lines up out in a little slot formation as well.
Really just a short gain there, Jeff. It's 2nd and 18 for the Crusaders. Fumble on the play. East Central's recovered, Jeff. That's number 8 on the recovery, Eli Ertl.
That's a big play right there, Aaron.
That is a big play, Jeff.
That's a big play. Moeller was able to drive the ball, but they, either through their own fault, had a couple of penalties there and gave them some bad yardage. And then to cough up the fumble like that. See, that's going to be I think we've got to have more turnovers. We've got to win that battle.
Yes. Well, you know, we said it killed East Central last year. You don't want a repeat of that. If you can flip that on Moeller, if you can turn their mistakes against them, then if you're East Central, you have a real chance in this game.
Yeah, and if you look at the stats from last week, too, Moeller was able to force 3 fumbles against Bishop Langer, and they lost all 3 of those. So that's 3 turnovers there, and I think they had 2 interceptions as well. So we win that turnover battle. That's one mark in our favor.
Well, here's our first look tonight of East Central's offense. And I think there's a play clock issue here, Jeff.
That's what it looked like. The referees were signaling to reset the play clock, and that clock is off again now. It looks like they've got the time on the field. So we got Ringer and the freshman Ryan Mingus in the backfield here to start for the Trojans.
Handoff that time went to Ringer. I guess no surprise there. It's going to pick up close to 5 yards, Jeff. It's going to be 2nd and 5 for East Central.
Yeah, one of the surprising things for me last week when Ryan Mingus got into the Harrison game, he had 8 carries for 53 yards and got his first varsity touchdown. So that was pretty impressive for that young man.
And he's one, Jeff, even though he's got limited experience at the varsity level, he's built like a varsity player.
He is. He's one of those guys that, you know, I've talked to my son who plays with him, and he hits the weights hard. Comes home and tells me all the time about how he's in the weight room, and all the Trojans as well. You know, they all hit the weight room hard. Yeah. But when you have a freshman in there that's lifting with some of those varsity guys, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, Medlock does a good job with the weightlifting program for the Trojans.
He sure does.
Again, 2nd down, East Central. It's going to be a handoff again up the middle. Really good push there by the offensive line.
Yeah, they got off the ball well and drove Moeller back. Again, winning that battle in the trenches.
Again, Josh Ringer with the carry. And you have to think, Jeff, for some of these players, you want to have a better effort than what you had last year. You want to clean up some of those mistakes, perhaps, and show that you're a better football team against what you showed last year. Again, that's Ringer. He's hit almost immediately, but still he falls forward.
That's going to be close.
It's going to be close. I don't know if they were going to get the first down, Jeff.
We're going to have to see the chains come out and measure this one, I think. Oh, nope, they're giving it to him.
Going to signal, yes, 1st and 10, Trojans.
That was good effort because he was hit well behind the line of scrimmage. and kept his legs driving and spinning and was able to fall forward.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Aaron, you're right. When you play a team like this and you have that kind of a game the year before, you really want to come out and show them and show everybody what you got. And these seniors, it's their last chance to beat Moeller, which we've played them 5 times and we beat them once, so it'd be nice to get another win.
Play goes this time to Corey Helms. Gain of about a yard there, Jeff. It's going to be 2nd and 9, East Central. Burton rolls out. He's going to get some pressure. He's going to get dropped.
Oh, that's going to be a big face mask right there. He turned his head.
None too pleased there, Jeff.
Yeah, that was Jewett Hayes, the defensive lineman who got back there. He's a senior, 6'4", 215. He's the defensive lineman that's going to Virginia. He was able to get a lot of penetration there and was in Cole's face as soon as he turned to roll out, literally in his face.
Again, personal foul, face mask, the call. Again, another penalty, Jeff, against Moeller. It's kind of been a story here early for the Crusaders.
Yeah, I mean, you got to play clean football. When you're playing tough teams, penalties will kill you, and it's tough to beat the team you're playing and overcome your own mental mistakes.
That'll put the Trojans on the 42-yard line of Moeller. Handoff, this is to Mingus. Mingus, nice little run there for the freshman.
Yeah, he'll pick up 4 yards, and if you can do that every play, you're going to get a first down in 3. So, doing his job. And again, the line getting a good push there, allowing our running backs to do that.
Yeah, our offensive line, Jeff, has looked well early.
Yeah.
Here's a reverse to Ringer. He goes up the middle, breaks tackles, still on his feet, inside the 10, and he's going to get ran out of bounds. Great play there by the Trojans.
It was really good downfield blocking there by the receivers and those linemen and running backs to get out front and make those blocks for him to give him those lanes to run. And he just broke a lot of tackles, too.
Yes.
A lot of arm tackles there by Moeller. You're not going to bring him down with an arm tackle.
No. Great replay here, folks, if you're watching at home. Play this time goes up the middle for East Central. It's Mingus that time. Again, a decent little gain for Ryan Mingus and the Trojans.
And what these 3 or 4 yard runs do, Aaron, is they allow you to run that clock.
Yes.
Because every time you run the ball, the clock is still running, which when you're playing a tough opponent, winning that clock battle is part of the battle, part of the win.
Well, East Central no stranger, Jeff, to playing tough teams in the past.
Oh.
That play kind of got blown up there.
Yeah, that was Kyler Paul, 6'2" middle linebacker. He's been playing middle linebacker. He jumps out and plays up on the line on the end some as well. But he got through there and got Mingus real quick.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 11. Ball back to the 15. Pass complete to Ringer. Touchdown, Trojans.
That was a pass from Eli Selhorst. He came from the wide receiver spot, came back in motion. They flipped it to him, and he rolled a little bit and then threw back to Ringer, who was wide open by himself there. That was a nice play.
That was a
Here's
nice
the replay for us here to watch it again.
And Jeff Selhorst is that type of player, could do a little bit of everything. I think last week we talked about how he was the holder. You know, he does a little quarterback, and just a really good athlete for the Trojans.
Yeah, and when you got guys like that, you got to get them on the field somehow,
You do.
right? You got to get them on your field, get them involved.
Yeah, you got to play your best cards. Kick is up. It's good. McPhee's PAT sails through the uprights.
Central, with memories of last year's blowout fresh in their minds, a 7-0 lead over Moeller. Meanwhile, finally a score. Winton Woods is in for the touchdown, and Winton Woods finally on the board with 3:30 to go, leading West Claremont 6-0.
Probably later than Winton Woods coach Chad Murphy wanted, but they finally get a good drive together. Get some nice plays, and Gooding runs it in.
Yeah, when you're playing at home, you got to establish dominance. You see him setting them up for this point after. T.J. Buckman is the holder. Hold is down, the kick is up, and that kick is good.
What a nice job by the holder. That snap bounced to him. Great job.
Woods finally breaking through with 3:30 left in the half, a 7-0 lead. Meanwhile, let's head out to Marymount, where Williamsburg has a 12-6 lead as they approach halftime at Marymount High School.
Played soccer back in the day, and he's a real speedster. Made the transition over to football now. He's got to look out for down the road.
Definitely. In the years to come, he will definitely be an integral part of this Marymount offense.
5 receivers out there now for Tullius. He's alone in the backfield. And they're just going to go run up the middle, QB power type of play. Big first down. He's got a hole up the sideline. It's Charlie Tully. Got him and beat. They won't catch him. Touchdown, Marymount. It's a tie ball game.
What a play by Charlie Tully. A burst of speed down the sideline. Williamsburg defender back there to stop him. They could not get to him. What a play.
Yeah, he just eked out Michael Day on the sideline. It is hard to overstate how big that play was for Marymount at this point in the game. Let's take another look at it up the sideline.
And as you said, beats out Day, just shrugs it off, keeps his feet in bounds. What a play by Charlie Tully. And that's why he's the starting quarterback.
Now they're going to go for 2 and look to take the lead. No, coach is out there. I'm sorry. They're going to try and kick the extra point to just get the lead.
And as you said, Leon doesn't like to take a lot of risk. So, you know, if he doesn't have to, he's going to keep it simple here and get his guys in the best position to win the ball game.
Yeah, Tyler's pretty reliable with these type of kicks as he boots that one through for a 13-12 ball game. Big play for Marymount.
Amazing play. As you
Marymount
said,
back in front, 13-12 over Williamsburg as they approach halftime. We'll get you back out there in a little bit. Meanwhile, our game of the night, East Central, the homestanding Trojans, off to a great start, a 7-0 lead over Moeller. Will Moeller answer as they have about 4 minutes plus to go in quarter number 1?
To Moeller.
Got an injured player. Carson Pazonka was shaken up on that play, Aaron.
Need to see that. Number 5, Carson Pazonka. Another great athlete for the Trojans. And that's going to be a huge reception again. Moeller could score quick. Ponatowski's pass was complete to number 14, Roman Mason. 6-foot junior, 194 pounds.
Yeah, Mason lined up way outside. He was almost standing on our sideline. Faked the run up the middle, and he was wide open down the field. You wonder if they saw Pazonka come out. Well,
Yeah.
let's take a chance here and try to capitalize on that injury. They got a sub in. Let's throw deep over top.
Yeah, you see that a lot in the NFL. Test the guy that just came in. PAT is good. Moeller ties it up. 3 plays into their second offensive drive. got a break here on the field. We'll also take a break. Be back with you here in 1 minute.
While they are in a timeout, I'll run down some of the scores we have as we approach halftime. In most places, obviously this game was a 7:30 kickoff, so a little bit behind. Elder leading Springboro last check 14-0. LaSalle 14-0 over Fairmont. It's Anderson in the second quarter over Lebanon 15-14. Loveland leading Milford 14-7. Winton Woods, West Claremont. You saw Winton Woods finally get on the board there at 7-0. Lakota West over Fairfield 21-0. Lakota East leading Princeton 7-0. Middletown over Sycamore 10-0. Hamilton leading Mason 9-0. They are just about ready for kickoff, so we'll send you back out to East Central as East Central is taking on Moeller.
Not their leading receiver number-wise, but receptions for yards, yes, he was the leading receiver. And then Marshall, too, with his 78-yard touchdown run. So they're explosive. They're able to score at any time. East Central's offense, we've got to answer here and continue to push the ball down the field our way.
Here's Ringer on the return. Gets across the 20. He's immediately met. Helmet comes off. But he appears to be okay. Yeah, Jeff, if you look at those numbers, you can kind of say, okay, I can see that. And then you look at the number of plays that Moeller had last week, and you could just see how explosive their offense is.
Yeah, the other stat that kind of shows that is time of possession, right? So Bishop Dwenger had the ball more in the game than Moeller, but Moeller beat them 57-0 or something like that. So they didn't need a lot of time when they got plays like that.
And I think that's one thing that's so important tonight about a running game, Jeff, is just to keep that Moeller offense off the field.
Yeah, we've got to keep getting those chunk plays and getting those first downs to keep our offense on the field, keep our defense off, and more importantly, keep Moeller's offense off the field.
Here we go for East Central's second drive this evening. Pitch back to Ringer. Doesn't get much. He's hit there by number 36, Hunter Kuzo, sophomore linebacker for the Crusaders.
So we've seen East Central come out now in their double wing offense that they do often run, especially when they want to control the clock. It's an effective offense. You get 3 or 4 yards of play and just move the ball down the field and keep that clock running.
Burton under center. This time ball goes to Ringer. Ringer out at open field. Will he be caught? He's at the 30, the 20, the 10. He will not. Touchdown, Trojans.
So East Central just says we can score quickly too, right?
If you could do it, we could do it right back at you.
That's right. That's right. This is like a two prize fighters in the ring, punch after punch, right?
Yeah, this is one heck of a heavyweight bout here tonight, Jeff. What a play, what a run. McPhee set for his kick. And it is through. Trojans regain the lead 14-7 over the Moeller Crusaders. What a performance.
There's a nice shot of the Trojan Media production crew there, getting the cameras set up to bring you this fantastic coverage of East Central football.
You know, really, Jeff, I mean, what Spencer Powell and Kevin Leach and that whole crew does, it's just unbelievable. I mean, they're really the bedrock of, you know, what happens behind the scenes. And all the kids, too. I mean, what they do to work with those kids, it's incredible.
Yeah, I think it's an awesome program for the kids to be involved in. The class gives them an opportunity to get this practice. And, you know, we watch, as a parent, I watch a lot of broadcasts of other schools, your kids playing in other sports and things like that, and this is second to none.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm not talking about the people announcing the game, Aaron.
No.
I mean, they're great too, but...
Well, they just needed two old fools, Jeff, to do it, got us.
That's right. That's right. But it really is a great program, and they
It
put a great program on TV or on the
Yes.
the stream for our fans.
And it's not just football. You know, they do all the sports, Jeff. They do the concerts and, school board
I was
meetings.
gonna say, I've even seen them at school board
Yes.
meetings.
You know, if you're interested as a high school kid in radio or TV, I mean, it's the class to take.
It sure is.
Just one of many good programs at East Central. McPhee, another great kick here, Jeff. Will he try it? He will not. It's going to be another touchback. 2 minutes, 40 seconds left in the first quarter.
Well, this will be interesting here to see what Moeller does. Are they going to try for another big play, or are they just going to try to go back to establish a run game?
Yeah, it will be. And it may go back to how they view clock management here, Jeff. You know, what do they see as their strategy tonight?
Yeah, I'm not sure they've established that yet. You know,
yes,
we saw a lot of run heavy in the beginning in the first series, and then the quick strike pass in the second.
That was Marshall up the middle. Initial hit there by number 5, Carson Pazonka. Good to see him back on the field. Again, another quick play here. Marshall again, number 43 for the Trojans on the tackle. That's Connor Kuhn. Again, a two-way athlete for East Central.
So we've seen 2 big runs in a row there. They might just be doing that to set up another pass, because the last pass we saw was a play action.
It looks that way, Jeff. Just going to get batted down there.
I think Pazonka was able to get a hand on that and tip it.
Nice play there by Carson Pazonka. It's going to bring up third and around 4, Jeff, here, about 3.5 for the Crusaders. Kind of in this midfield situation at the 38-yard line. It's going to go to Marshall. He's going to get hit at the line. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, we'll get to see how risky Moeller's coach wants to be here. Nope, they're going to give him the first, Aaron.
They are going to give him the first. Jeff, I'm kind of surprised.
Well, the side judge came running in, and where he was marking it down, it was a first down, but the official in the middle had him short.
It's going to be a gain of around 3 on that last play. 2nd and 7 for Moeller. Towski back to pass.
Right.
He's out there,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Nice reception there by the Crusaders. East Central tried to rip it away.
That was Preston Smith again, and he just flew off the line, and he was back by our safeties before we knew what was going on there.
He's quick, isn't he, Jeff?
He is. That was a good route and a quick strike by the quarterback there.
Ball now into Trojan territory on the 34-yard line of East Central. Again, Pontowski back to pass. Goes towards the end zone.
He came down with the ball, but a flag was thrown in. I wonder if there were too many hands involved there.
I was going to say, Jeff, we'll see what this is. Looks like it's pass interference against East Central, so the touchdown will stand.
I'm impressed with the quick release there. Is it Ponatoski?
Yeah.
He gets rid of the ball quickly, and he throws a nice ball.
He really does. I mean, that spiral is tight.
Yeah.
And he's just a sophomore, Jeff.
Kick is up.
And the kick is up and through.
Good. We've got a good
Crusaders
one on our
tied
hands
up,
there.
14
But meanwhile,
all.
we're going to head back to Winton Woods. Since we last left, Winton Woods was leading 7-0, but a pick six allowed West Claremont to pull to within one. The extra point was no good, so it kept it at 7-6. Winton Woods has thrown another interception. This time they were able to get the interceptor out of bounds, but now West Claremont with just under 2 minutes to go in the first half, or is that 1.4 seconds left in the first half, possibly a second down and goal at the 8-yard line, looking to try to take the lead on Winton Woods right before the half.
Halftime.
Last two throws by George has been 2 interceptions. He's already got 3 tonight.
3 interceptions.
Very unlike him.
Gonna run with it. He's got men in front of him. He stiff arms this guy. He's in the end zone for a touchdown.
Looked like a direct snap. That wasn't Rickman back there. It's number 2 for West Claremont, Bryson Early.
Bryson Early, he's one of the offensive players that gets the job done for him.
That's what West Claremont's doing when they're at their best offensively. Getting it in their best players' hands, just letting them make plays.
Okay, so here's the Wolves lining up for this point after attempt. Once they get it sorted out, who's going to be blocking? There's a snap, the hold is down, the kick is up, and that kick is good. So with 1:32 left to go in the half here, we have a score of your Winton Woods Warriors 7 and the visiting Claremont Wolves 13.
If you're West Claremont, you have to be just over the moon about how this half has transpired over the last few minutes as you see the touchdown by Early.
Yeah, I mean, that proves, you let guys hang around by having inept offense and no one's really getting anything done. And next thing you know, big play here and there can give someone a legitimate shot to beat you.
Haven't seen much of Early so far tonight until that touchdown run.
Let's see what the West Claremont Wolves come up with. These squib kicks have been really doing them not too bad.
Like West Claremont only has 10 on the field. Now they'll run a guy out there.
Squib kicks serve the purpose of getting the ball into the hands of the
Claremont, the Wolves late in the first half, a 13-7 lead over Winton Woods. Winton Woods turnovers becoming a real problem for them tonight. Meanwhile, we will head back out to East Central as the first quarter appears to have come to a close. East Central and Moeller all tied at 14. That one has been a good one. Meanwhile, we'll get you right back to Winton Woods as Winton Woods was trying a nice kick return here down the sideline across midfield and then out of bounds. So still time for Winton Woods with 1:19 to go in the second quarter, trying to retake the lead before the half over West Claremont.
Yeah, see, that's the kind of play that it ends up being a flag.
It's another good run by Garrett. He's had a lot of those tonight as a running back, this time as a returner. Just making something happen, breaking a couple tackles, but it looks like this will come back. But we'll see.
Holding on the Warriors.
Penalties so far have been the story for Winton Woods.
So this ball is going to be placed down at the Ward 35-yard line with 1:19 left to go in the half. Nice carry. Okay, so we'll have to see what the Warriors come up with. They got a new quarterback in the game.
It's like George is standing next to a coach on the sideline. Doesn't appear to be injured. This could be just, you're not playing well.
Well, that happens sometimes. That's where, you know, you got to have a respectable backup. Well, the Warriors are huddling over here to figure out the best way to address this minute 19. I don't think they've done enough to establish their running game.
Looks like that was Brayshawn Brown in the game for Woods at quarterback. Played a little bit last week against Walnut Hills at 13 passing yards. See if
It
it's
looks
still
to
him.
be playing a lot this week.
Yeah, it's still him back there with George on the sideline. Interested to see how they manage this with the backup quarterback in. See if they try and play this aggressively or just hand the ball off to Gooding and Garrett. Gooding's next to him now.
Like they're going to play it aggressively, running, going to throw against his body.
A late throw to the sideline to Satterwhite. He was looking down the field, so you'll see on the replay here, and then he eventually comes back to Satterwhite.
Yeah, well, that body language he's exhibiting on that play looks like he's got interception waiting in him too. Just, I don't know, after a while, if Gooding is your man, give him the ball. Tell the guys to block and give him the ball.
It's a risky decision here by Murphy going with the backup, in my opinion. Although George hasn't looked good tonight either.
Long throw.
Oh, what a
catch. It's caught. Comes down with it on the, 20-yard line. The Warriors get a big play out of their backup quarterback.
Right as I'm saying that it's a risky decision to put in the backup here, he makes an incredible throw down the field to number 84.
Clock moving under a minute, looks like.
Looks like that was
55
Ryan
seconds.
Cooley. Now trips again to the right.
I think it was a move to do, though. If this guy's got 3 interceptions, take him out of the game. There's a give to Gooding around left in. Picks up about 3-4 yards and gets out of bounds. Clock stops 34.9 seconds.
Get you back to this Winton Woods drive in just a moment. Meanwhile, let's head back to East Central where it's all tied up at 14.
Here we got a handoff to number 36. He's going to go all the way, Jeff. I don't see any flags.
I don't see any penalties.
Touchdown, Trojans. That's number 36, Dylan Maxwell. What a play by...
It continues as East Central retakes the lead on Moeller. Let's head back to Winton Woods and West Claremont as Winton Woods is inside the 20-yard line. Only 34.9 seconds left in the first half.
Keeps the ball. Ball's caught.
Harris inside the 10. Done a lot of these rollouts going to each side. Trying to get a guy deep, a guy over the middle, and a guy to the sideline.
It's going to be first and goal now for the Warriors. 29.1 seconds left to go in the half.
Ready, 3, hit 4, take 4, 4 slide.
They got trips left.
They got a rush.
Great drop. He's trying to throw this ball over the middle. This ball's caught. No, incomplete. He's dislocated and separated from that ball. Tremar Harris comes up with a little hitch in his giddy up. That was a hammer of a hit that was put on him there.
Earlier in the game, they had a chance to make a big hit on Harris over the middle, and they missed. And this time, Early hits him and knocks that ball out. Early had that touchdown run for West Claremont.
24.4 seconds.
Winton Woods does have a timeout left. West Claremont is out of them.
Great drop, throws his ball over the middle. No, not over the middle. Incomplete, out of bounds. 3rd down and 9.
That was just throw the ball up and let Harris make a play, and he just dropped it.
Yep.
That was another really good throw by the quarterback, giving his best player a chance.
3rd and 9, here's the Warriors offense. 18.8 seconds left.
4-down territory here. Interesting to see if they give it to Gooding, but they're going to throw.
Drop. Pass incomplete, flag on the play. That's going to go against the West Claremont Wolves.
I'm guessing this will be a pass interference on the defense. I imagine we'll get a look here at the replay. I thought he just lost his footing. I didn't think there was much contact there.
I think there was enough. We'll see what happens here. 15.2 seconds left.
Oh, they're going to call this on Witten Woods. Looks like it was an illegal man downfield.
Goodness. Witten Woods has shot herself totally in the foot then.
Yeah, I didn't think there was enough contact
like
there for a pass interference. Either way.
2nd and 9.
So is
3rd and 9 they're going to call it.
Guess that's just a loss of down.
And if you can't get this, you might as well send your kicker out to see if you can get 3.
Oh, this is 4th and 9.
Oh. He's not going to make it.
Big time stop for West Claremont.
The Warriors are stopped on that 4th and 9 play. I don't know what this kicker, they need their place kicker, but at some point they're going to need him. They should have just sent him out there.
Really interesting to me that they didn't even think about kicking it there. They had a timeout to use to think about it on the loss of down, and they just went for it. West Claremont will probably need it going to the half and feeling great about how this first half has transpired for them.
But the Warriors, they got to find out if they got a good guy with the goal line or a good guy with the goal post. And this guy here, I know he just come out for the team this year, basically, but they got to see what they got. Let them put him in there. So that's going to do it for the first half from Frederick Stadium here on the campus of Witten Woods High School, where we have a score.
West Claremont defense coming up big. They got a couple of interceptions that led to touchdowns and then a big goal line stand there at the end of the half. They have the lead at the half over Witten Woods. A little bit of a surprise there. We'll see what Witten Woods comes up with. 13-7 West Claremont at the half. Meanwhile, special teams may be coming into play here as Moeller had to punt, but the Moeller punt team able to down East Central inside the 5, maybe even inside the 1-yard line. We'll see where they mark it. It'll be East Central trying to work out of the shadow of their own goal line, leading 21-14.
We will see what they can do. Really no margin of error.
Burton might just keep this one up. I don't know.
You see it goes to Ringer regardless. Gets it up to about the 10-yard line.
Yeah, I think he's going to get a first down.
I was going to say, I believe they're going to spot him there, Jeff. Maybe about a yard short. It's going to be 2nd and 1 Trojans, but nevertheless a good gain coming basically out of the backfield for Josh Ringer.
We talked earlier about the confidence of Moeller and their kickoff team. That was confidence in your offensive line right there.
Oh, absolutely.
Ringer was 2 yards deep in the end zone there. Any penetration at all could have been bad.
And East Central's going to pick it up here. Really another nice game there, Jeff.
Yeah, that was the fullback wedge there out of the backfield with Mingus. Motion's the same from the wings, all the motion coming around and the fakes. and they give it to the fullback coming up the middle.
Again, another wedge play there for East Central's offense. Going to get up to about the 19-yard line. 2nd and 5 for the Trojans. Again, another run up the middle. East Central has been very effective with these plays here tonight. It's going to be 3rd and around 1. See Helms on the far side. That was Maxwell there with the ball. He's wrapped up, and he's going to be dropped for about a 1-yard loss. It's going to bring up 4th down. It looked like East Central's going to gamble here. See Helms here on the near side.
You might see that play again, Aaron, with there's not a play called. They're just trying to get someone to jump. Yeah. Then you have the option either to call a play here, call a timeout, drop back into punt.
4 seconds left on the play clock. And indeed, a timeout is called.
Aaron, with this timeout, we have some time to do a little Trojan trivia.
All right,
Jeff,
Jeff, lay it on me.
Are you ready for this? This is coming from the Kazman.
Well, he's a legend.
Absolutely, absolutely. East Central is celebrating their 50th anniversary this year. The Trojans football team wrapped up their 50th season last year. East Central has had 46 winning seasons during that time.
Yes.
Over 90% have been winning seasons. Their overall record coming in tonight is 421 to 161 and 1 tie. A winning percentage of over 70%. The Trojans program evolved from the North Dearborn Vikings football program. North Dearborn played 10 seasons before they consolidated with East Central. Trivia question is, how many winning seasons did the Vikings have during their 10-year existence?
Okay. Jeff, just knowing East Central's history, I would have to say at least have 7 winning seasons.
The Vikings, you think they had 7?
I'm going to go with 7.
Aaron, North Dearborn had a grand total of 0.
0.
0 winning seasons. No winning seasons. They did manage to have 2 seasons where they finished at 500, and that was in 1964. They were 1-1-1. And in 1965, they finished the season 3-3. Their overall record during their 10-year existence from 1963 to 1973 was 17-49-2. Only a 26.5% winning percentage.
Jeff, that's surprising.
It is. It is. I would have expected that to be much higher.
If I remember right, I think North Dearborn won a basketball sectional. I'm sure somebody out there probably knows the answer, but I want to say yes.
I think you're right. I remember seeing those pictures when we were at the old building.
I see. Yes.
I remember seeing those pictures. I think you're right. Sometimes schools do that. Like some schools are known for basketball and their football program is not so great. And the other school has a good football program and their basketball team's not so hot. So North Dearborn maybe was the basketball school back then.
That could have been. Punt by Ringer goes to the 40-yard line. You see Marshall here with the ball. Five-yard gain gets it up to the 45-yard line. And that's going to be a reception there, Jeff. Jordan Marshall.
Wow.
What a play.
Wow.
Really tight coverage there by the Trojans.
Gosh, they were.
Believe he was covered by Chase Bellman.
Yeah, he was on it. That was excellent coverage.
Oh, you couldn't have dropped a dime in there any better. Huge pass play there where you mentioned, Jeff, he will catch a pass play every now and then.
Yeah, there he was.
But as we mentioned, the wide receiver core here for the Crusaders is very good. I believe, what was it, 4 or 5 different receivers, Jeff, last week caught a touchdown pass.
Yeah, each guy, they had a different receiver catching each one. Now we got a penalty here. I don't know what the penalty was.
I'm sorry, Jeff. Got you distracted.
Well, the big play is erased.
Yes. Jeff, I knew somebody would know. I just got word from an old alumni, Kim Simonson, that North Dearborn won 2 basketball sectionals in 67 and 68 under the legend Cliff Giltner.
Cliff Giltner. He is a legend, Aaron. He is a legend. And Kim Simonson, I appreciate you coming in with that information. I knew I had seen those pictures over there and the plaques.
Well, it's important. You know, I'm a social studies guy, but it's important to remember the old histories.
It is, Aaron.
You know, and the old traditions.
It is. And East Central has a great display inside.
Oh, yes.
If you go down the Champions Hallway
Yes.
there, they've got a display for each school, and I think those plaques might be in there, at least one of them. And they've got plaques and pictures from each school, all the elementaries that came together to create East Central High School. Sunman Elementary, I think it was Guilford Elementary, the old Bright Elementary before the new Bright Elementary. So that history is pumping through the hallways there at East
Alive and
Central.
well.
Yeah.
Well, that backs them up, Jeff. It's 2nd and 20. Pass out here to the flat. Great play there by East Central's defense. That reception was to 88, Sam Hamilton, tackled by number 96, Cole Sebastian.
Aaron, you brought up the receiving core and how there were so many different guys catching touchdowns last week. Sam Hamilton's a name we haven't said yet tonight. And
yes.
They're getting a lot of guys involved in this game.
3rd and 15, Crusaders. Pontowski back to throw. Little overthrown there, Jeff, and pass is incomplete. Correction on that, Jeff. 2 baseball sectionals in 67, 68. 1 in basketball in 68. So those are pretty good classes then for North Dearborn going through athletically. Again, thanks to Kim Simonson for that information.
So, Aaron, the first quarter was all offense, and this quarter's been all defense. The defense has said, we're tired of the offense getting all the credit here, all the attention. That was nearly blocked by Dylan Maxwell.
It's going to be Moses Wheat gets loose. He's going to get up to around the 34-yard line near Jeff.
Well, this is much better field position than the East Central offense had last series.
Absolutely.
We'll take the ball on the 30.
And Jeff, if you look at that clock, you got 4:27 left here in this half. That's plenty of time.
Yeah.
Of course, that may be plenty of time if we score quickly for Moeller to score.
I was just about to say, we don't want to score too quickly, right?
Oh, what a great push there by the Trojans. That again is Josh Ringer.
Again, that really good second effort that Josh shows on nearly every carry. You know, that yards after catch, you talked about the stat before the game, just adding on to that.
So we'll get you back out to East Central in just a moment. But of course, Moeller is not the only GCL team that's in action tonight. Let's throw it out to Andy Edwards for an update on other games going on in GCL. Andy?
Here at Penn Station Stadium, Andy Edwards, as the Rockets are up 35-0. Yes, you heard that correctly. 35-0. The Rockets are up against the Goshen Warriors. Really all dominating here is the Rockets. Also, on the other GCL aspects, we have Elder versus Springboro. Elder up 21-0. St. X versus McCallie. McCallie up 7-0. Bishop Hartley versus CJ, 14-0 Bishop Hartley. LaSalle versus Fairmont is 14-0 LaSalle. And Northland versus Carroll. Northland is up 13-3. Stay tuned for the rest of the second half for the Rockets and everything else here in the GCL. Reporting for Friday Football Live, this is Andy Edwards.
Thank you, Andy, for that energetic update on GCL scores. Meanwhile, East Central with a nice play. A first down to the 30-yard line of Moeller looking to add to a 21-14 lead.
And right on cue, another explosive run.
There we go.
It's almost like they can hear you, Aaron.
Well, I think we got a direct line down there to the sideline.
Is that what it is? You got the coach comm up here, huh?
Again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in to us tonight. We appreciate each and every one of you from Guilford, Bright, Yorkville, Pentown, and all points in between. Little run up the middle.
Oh, little extracurriculars there.
Yep. Getting a little heated. That's going to be close to a first down.
That was great push by the line, and Mingus left his feet running and let his legs keep running, churning through there, and just kept getting yards.
That's Ryan Mingus, another great carry there, Jeff. Again, call goes up the middle. It's going to be a first down for East Central. They're inside the red zone. And speaking of Casper Death, we've got an update here in local scores. At halftime, it's Lawrenceburg 14, Milan 7. In the second quarter, Batesville 20, South Dearborn 8. In the second quarter, North Decatur 15, Monroe Central 0. And at halftime, South Decatur 31, Edinburgh 0. Ringer again with the carry. He's pushed out of bounds by number 50 of the Crusaders. That is Brody Foles.
That one's going to be coming back, I think, Aaron. Looked like an illegal shift was signaled from an official, but I don't see the flag anywhere.
Yeah, I don't see one either, but looks like the student section from Moeller agrees that there was a penalty against the Trojans. Here we go.
I still don't see the flag anywhere, though.
No.
They were quick with the pickup.
And again, we want to thank Kaz for those local scores. It's 1st and 15 now for East Central. Maxwell with the carry. He punches through. Dillon hangs on to it. See all sorts of Crusader defenders around him. Good sportsmanship there by Dillon. Picks up about 9 yards.
Yeah, it gets them back into second and manageable here. East Central took a timeout. You know, the important thing, too, another important thing about this nice drive here is we're down. Moeller took the timeout. That's what I was wondering. We're down in under a minute and a half left in this game, so that's an important thing. You know, we keep the ball here for another minute or so and leave Moeller with 20 seconds. That's not a lot of time to do anything. But Moeller does have an explosive offense, as we talked about.
Yes. As we've seen, it doesn't take long for them to put points up.
Right. there's a lot of green space on the far side of the field there, Aaron. I wonder if we're going to see Maxwell try to get outside again.
I was going to say, I wouldn't be surprised if the play is not drawn up to end up in that part of the field. And again, maybe not. It's going to go up the middle. Josh Ringer. Yeah, just a short gain on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down. And Moeller calls a timeout. Moeller trying to preserve some of that clock for their own drive.
So they've got 1 left here. If they plan on getting a stop, bringing up 4th down, East Central will probably try for a field goal and leave Moeller some time on the clock. That's what they're playing for here, trying to use their timeouts wisely.
Really kind of a clock chess match here, Jeff, with just around a minute to go. Miners here talking to the refs. Cole Burton rolls out. He's going to look downfield towards the end zone. He's going to throw it away. It's going to bring up 4th down for East Central.
And that incomplete pass saves Moeller their timeout.
Yeah.
That stops the clock there on 4th down. So it's like McPhee's coming out. We're going to see a field goal try here. Moeller's going to get the ball back with about a minute to go.
Kick is up and through. Nice kick for Nate McPhee. He extends the Trojan lead to 24-14 by 1 minute, 6 seconds left here in the first half.
Games like this, every point matters.
It does.
Every point you can put on the scoreboard matters because you don't know if trading punches the way these offenses have.
Yes.
It might come down to those 3 points at the end of the game. And it's important to have a person, a player that can do that for you and come in that situation and put the ball through the uprights.
Yes, you never know. You got to have some of that separation. I mean, you don't want it to come down to that final play.
It forces decisions too. Sometimes you score, do you go for 2 to try to close that gap to make it closer, to bring you closer? So it forces some decision making there.
At the halftime, please stick around. Kaz Burdett should have an interview with the current band director here at East Central High School. There we go. Nate McPhee will kick off. Again, he's had a couple touchbacks already tonight. And again, a ball bobbled here by Moeller. That's number 11 for the Crusaders. He falls on that kick. Preston Smith. It's going to be 1st and 10 for Moeller. from around the 13-yard line.
Yeah, the receiver there tried to catch the ball, tried to run with the ball before he caught it. He was lining himself up. He actually went backwards and fielded it like a baseball player. He got behind the ball so that he could run into it, but he took his eyes off of it and was trying to get downfield before he had the ball in his hands. That would have been huge for East Central to recover that right there.
Oh, talk about a momentum.
Yeah, that would have really swung things.
Pontowski back to pass. Ball to Marshall, but it's incomplete. Ball a little underthrown that time. Well, we're trying to attempt to catch and run down the sideline.
Yeah, two receivers out here. One went deep, and Marshall kind of did a little hitch or a little out heading towards the sideline. Again, playing clock management, get that ball on the sideline and get out of bounds.
Pontowski, Marshall in the backfield. Again, just a little miscommunication, it seemed like there, Jeff, between the two. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10.
They tried to do a little swing pass to Marshall out of the backfield. The timing wasn't there. It was those passes this close to your end zone like that can easily turn into a pick six.
Yes. We saw that last week. Braden Rouse, pick six against Harrison. Opening quarter of that game.
So now you got to wonder, is East Central thinking about using some of their timeouts if they need to?
Well, I thought about the same thing, Jeff, as we see Pontowski throw it over the middle. Now it's going to be 4th down. If you're Crusaders, you're forced to punt here, Jeff, I would think.
Yeah, you're not going to risk this. On the 13-yard line, 4th and 10, after 3 incomplete passes and poorly thrown passes. They were underthrown, and then that one was overthrown.
Pontowski, world of talent. I'm surprised there, Jeff, just how that drive went down.
It was a little shift. You know, like we said before, you get down 10 points, you start to have to do things you don't want to do. You put a little more pressure on yourself. Defense puts more pressure on him, so we start to see those things happen.
It's timeout, Moeller. And if you're wondering about East Central, 2 timeouts left. Really, this might be, Jeff, to East Central's advantage to have really an extra timeout here to set something up, possibly.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about that, Aaron. We get the ball in the second half, right? So
yes,
up by 10 at half, you might just take it in at this point.
Kneel it
out, take it in, and plan for the second half. What you're going to do to continue this and keep that 10-point, if not more, gap between you and the Crusaders. We talked earlier about the excitement of this game. It wasn't just excitement around St. Leon. If you watched any of the local media, there was a lot of excitement about this game all over the news and the Twitter feeds and Facebook feeds of all the local news. There was reporters out here on the track before the game, even this afternoon as I was leaving school. So this game has been billed to be an exciting game, and it's living up to it.
You know, it's always fun, Jeff, to do these Skyline Crosstown showdowns. Like you said, it brings a lot of media. You know, this is the 6th time that East Central and Moeller has hooked up in a football game, and they really don't disappoint.
No, they're always usually pretty good ones.
Hunt out the end zone for the Crusaders. It's going to take a Moeller bounce, go out around the 35-yard line. See what East Central, Jeff, has in store here for the last half minute, basically.
We'll see. At any rate, Jake, Coach Miners has to be happy with where we're at right now in this game. He's got to be happy with how his team's playing. A much cleaner game than Moeller's playing.
Yes.
You know, we're winning the penalty battle. You know, we haven't had the turnovers as we had last year, so Coach Miners and the staff has to be really happy about the way this game's going and where we're at here at halftime, up 10.
Again, Burton, he's going to take a knee. That's going to be it. for the first half here of football at Trojan Field. Trojans lead the Crusaders by a score of 24-14. Hang around for second half action. Again, Kaz Burdett will have an interview on field with the East Central High School band director. Stick around. Join us back here in about 15 minutes.
What a great first half for the East Central Trojans. They lead 24-14 over Moeller at the break. Rest assured, we will get you back out there. Good time to remind you that you can watch any one of our streams from beginning to end on our website, FridayFootballLive.com. You can also find our social media on there as well if you want to catch a game from beginning to end and not jump around. But we'd rather you stay with us and let us jump around with you. We're going to jump back to Marymount, where Williamsburg has retaken the lead with a touchdown and 2-point conversion. And while that kickoff happens, I want to tell you some other scores. Elder is leading in the fourth quarter over Springboro 28-0. It's LaSalle at the end of 3 quarters over Fairmont 14-0. McCallie School of Tennessee leading at the half over St. X 14-3. And of course, we just showed you the East Central leading Moeller 24-14 at the half. We'll head back out to Marymount now to see if they can answer the Williamsburg score here in the third quarter.
Besides the couple punts they've had, but watching their kickoff so far, I don't know that they have a ton of confidence in their kicker from any range with a field goal. He's not getting a ton of leg on the ball down the field, so obviously an aggressive mindset from Coach Ayers, but part of it could be the lack of a true field goal kicker like the Warriors have in Tyler Kutcher.
Definitely.
Empty backfield here. Charlie looking to throw. Gets it to Sweeney over the middle. He's just shy of the first down with some good yardage on the first play of the drive.
Huge hit by Pierce Ayers there. That was a devastating blow. You could hear it from all the way up here.
Warriors looking to break the huddle on 2nd and 1. We talked about this earlier with the Wildcats, this being a time to kind of take a shot, but obviously that's not really what the Warriors are known for. This is Jack Walton, I believe, in the game at the bottom of your screen. We've seen him get some reps this year to this point. Empty backfield again. 5 receivers out. Warden goes in motion. They run it to the left side of the field. Charlie is dragged down. This is going to be close. They're going to mark him for a first down. But a really nice play by Rylan Collins. He was fired up about that one, and for good reason. He made a great defensive play there. I know Marymount picked up.
Nearing the end of the third quarter at Marymount. We'll get you back out there less than 2 minutes to go in the third. Meanwhile, we'll head back out to Winton Woods. It was a tough first half offensively for Winton Woods. They scored late in the half, but then a couple of interceptions allowed West Claremont to take a 13-7 lead. That's where they are underway in the third quarter. Winton Woods trying to get that offense going, but facing a 3rd down and 4 as they approach midfield.
I don't see him in there.
Looks like they'll send another guy in motion here.
There's a give to the motion man.
He's going to be a yard short. It looked like Jennings wanted to pull that ball and go up the middle, but Garrett just kind of ripped it away from him, and it's going to be 4th and short.
Yep. And this is where you got to have your running game. This is where Goody, number 26, if he's your heir apparent back there, he should be getting these carries. Fourth and 1.
Imagine this will just be a keeper.
Keeps it himself, runs up the middle, he breaks a couple tackles, and they finally get him down at the Wolf 42-yard line. Would it be a first down for the Warriors?
Nice job by Zay Jennings. He has plenty of burst going straight up the middle.
Yeah, he looks like he's a little bit shifty.
Lamar, you might want to get over to the other side of the planet there.
There's give. Block on the outside, but he can't get too much, maybe 2 yards.
So we'll be getting you back out to Winton Woods here in just a few minutes, but we have an update from Alex Perez, the Tri-State Media Center, on games going on outside of the Tri-State area. Alex?
It's Alex here in the Tri-State Media Center with all the halftime updates for our games around the Tri-State area. In Indiana, Center Grove is shutting out Trinity right now. They lead 7-0 at the half. In Ohio, Avon leads 14-8 against Glenville. Versailles is still yet to give up a point this season as they lead at the half 28-0 against St. John's. And the Perry Pirates are putting a scare in Kirtland as they lead 8-0 at the half. Over in Kentucky, St. X leads Male in a close one, 10-3. Stay here with us at FridayFootballLive.com for all the high school football updates you need around the Tri-State. It's Alex here in the Tri-State Media Center with all the...
That, and we'll be keeping an eye on other games going on around the area and outside of the Tri-State area. I want to give you an update. Marymount has just scored. They are within an extra point away of tying things up with Williamsburg. There's an injury timeout, so we won't take you back out there for the moment. Meanwhile, Winton Woods still on the move here, still trying to get something going, but credit this West Claremont defense. Played very well so far, and that's why West Claremont, with 6 minutes left in the third quarter, has a 13-7 lead.
This will be 4th and 1.
4th and 1.
They're going to stay on the field, obviously.
I did your replay without seeing it. You had it. My fault.
I wonder what happened to Gooding.
Yeah, it's been all Garrett so far this drive. We'll see if they can get a playoff here. Murphy's going down to the ref, see if he wants to call timeout.
We'll get the playoff like right now.
They could kind of run there. Nobody in front of me picks it up.
Just when you think we've seen every run possible so far this drive, they pull a misdirection out.
Yeah.
Sent Jennings the opposite way that the motion was coming from. Jennings is a really physical runner.
He's all right if he's a physical runner, as long as he maintains possession of that ball while he's jerking and snatching. There he is with the carry around right in. He's going to make it through. There's a flag on the play.
Looks like this will come back.
Behind the offense. Behind the offense. Ready? One. Pick one. Close line. What's the call? Make the call.
See what the call is here. Holding against Winton Woods.
Repeat the day. At 10 yards from the spot. Wherever that might be. Right.
And they're going to take Zay Jennings out here. They're going to go back to Brown at quarterback. Looks like it'll be 1st and about 17, 20. With 1st and forever, now I imagine we'll see them push the ball with Jennings out, Brown back in the game.
Pitch.
Good.
Runs through a couple tackles. They're getting down about the 27-yard line.
That's more of what we saw in the first
That's
half from this
Goody.
offense.
That's right. You got to establish Goody. If that's going to be your man this year, establish him. You know, this game scores only 13-7. Well, I saw a good college game last night. You know, there's the ball, pitch, he runs through a tackle, he's on his feet in the end zone. And it's going to be a touchdown for the Winton Woods Warriors. No flags on the field.
See the replay, just a pitch back to Garrett.
Nice block.
Almost completely untouched. They've done a lot with Gooding in their early downs so far tonight. Then 2nd and 3rd down, they've gone back to Garrett. He certainly is more burst than Gooding. That time ran past everyone into the end zone.
Down, and that kick is up. And that kick is good. So with 3:25 left to go in the third quarter, we have a score of your Winton Woods Warriors 14 and the visiting West Claremont Wolves 13. Well, it's good that the Warriors did something to get on the scoreboard, get some of that taste out of their mouth.
Right now, that failed extra 2-point conversion earlier in the game by West Claremont looms large.
Well, it looks like you're proud to see the cold rain effect in this game, huh?
Yeah. Caught me by surprise. Zay gave them a nice impact on that drive. When he was in the game, it was just all him, just motoring down the field, getting first downs.
Okay, so the Warriors lining up to address this kickoff.
So finally, the Winton Woods offense getting on track and a 14-13 lead over West Claremont. We will get you back out to Winton Woods in a little bit. Meanwhile, a really good one brewing at Marymount as they are just underway in the fourth quarter. And what a catch that was for a first down. Williamsburg and Marymount all tied up at 20, just underway. Let's get you out there live.
Kind of faked you out there.
Such a good play fake. It had the commentator fooled, Jamal.
Beautiful play call and really beautiful execution there. Kutcher tries to bat it down at the end there, not doing. Great ball security there.
Ayers and Whitmore match up at the bottom of your screen. That's going to be one to watch if they decide to throw it here. They're going to roll left. He's going to tuck it and run as Miller, and that gets out to the 50-yard line, picks up about 3 on the first down play.
Big hit there by Wharton, it looked like, and he kind of let the quarterback know about it at the end of the play there. Ward maybe still stretching that calf out, maybe giving him a little discomfort, maybe some cramps.
Yeah, I saw Lawson Wade doing a similar sort of stretch right there. You can see it on your screen. You know, you get late into the game, these guys playing both sides of the ball. It's not easy. The body, it can start to break down. You got to make sure that you're in tip-top shape as you step out onto that field, step out onto the field and make some plays as we enter the final minutes of the game. Miller fakes the handoff again, looking deep, throws sideline wide open. Is Day, has to jump and make the catch, and he is brought down out around the 35-yard line. It was Tyler Kutcher who grabbed him by the legs.
Not a Marymount Warrior in sight. I mean, they had a pretty blown assignment there by somebody and left Day wide open. And as we see Metz coming back in the game, he does play both sides of the ball, and he can really wreak some havoc on defense there. We'll look to see what he can do.
First and 10 now in Warrior territory. They're going to stick it into the chest of Holden. And he gets out for about 5, still pushing forward. He's marching. The Williamsburg sideline is getting excited, and he gets close to the first down marker.
And Marymount had the momentum, but we can kind of feel it, going to the other side there, especially with that big push the O-line just gave him there.
Yeah, check this one out. They're giving it to him going across the field. Looks like a little read option play. Miller elected to give it to his running back, and look at him just keep chugging, moving Warriors. Took him about 4 or 5 of them to finally bring him to the ground. We talked about the strength of Holden early in this game, and you're seeing it there. Ayers now goes into motion. They give it to him across the field. He's got a hole. He's got a gap. Gets pushed forward inside the pylon. They're going to rule him out of bounds, just short of the end zone pylon. It looked awfully close, but he's inside the 5-yard line.
Could have fooled me. It looked like he was, home free there. This is not good for the Warriors. Kind of looked like the first drive they had.
Yeah, as I said, they went the end around. You see him get a big block from Holden there on the sideline. Nachione looks like he was able to push him out of bounds, and then Tully gave him another shove at around the 5 to get him to step on the white lines. but a big play for the Wildcats there. It's going to be really hard for the Warriors to keep them out at this point in the drive.
And even if they were to give them 3 straight stops, they would still need to get that pivotal 4th stop, in order to,
Rolling right is Miller dives for the pylon. Touchdown, Wildcats. What an athletic play from J.J. Miller, the quarterback, been making big ones all night. Superman dive. And the Wildcats are up 6, going to be going for 2. Look at this one. Jamal, walk us through it.
Well, he just kind of gets the ball, kind of lets his block set up for him in front of him, and takes a big push and a Superman jump at the end there. Shades of prime Cam Newton there.
All right, going for 2 as they've done all night. They're 1 for 3 on it thus far in the game. Rolling right, throwing today, and it's incomplete. A lot of heat on that throw, went through his hands. So Williamsburg up by 6, 9 minutes, 30 seconds to go.
Miller really tried to zip that ball in there, and maybe just a little too much to handle.
There was a penalty on that play, but obviously going to be declined by Coach Leone and the Warriors, as they're not going to risk giving them a second chance to go for the 2-point conversion.
These 2-point conversions attempts can be pivotal, because once you don't get it, and the other team does score, they can go up by 1 or potentially 2 if they want to.
Yeah, it's really interesting. It's so 50-50, these 2-point conversions. We said last week against, I believe it was New Richmond, Williamsburg converted 6 2-point conversions. Today they're 1 for 4. So big testament to the Marymount defense for that, and also just kind of the luck of the draw sometimes. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't.
Williamsburg gets the touchdown, but not the 2-point conversion. Every point seemingly critical tonight. A 26-20 lead. Do want to update you, it has gone final at the Pit. Elder goes to 2-1 on the season with a 28-7 win tonight over Springboro. We mentioned we have people out in the field tonight. Matt Supinger is in Southeast Indiana. In fact, he's at our big game tonight that East Central leads at the half. Let's send it out to Matt Supinger with an update on games going on around Southeast Indiana. Matt?
Reporter Matt Supinger here at Trojan Field, home of the East Central Trojans, for the matchup between East Central and Moeller High School. Quick halftime update for all the scores around southeastern Indiana. We'll begin with the game I'm currently at. As you can see in the background, it's 24-14 right now with the Trojans leading. It's been a wild first half, especially a wild first quarter. There's a 67-yard rushing score by Dylan Maxwell, 76-yard rushing score, and a 15-yard receiving score for Josh Ringer, and that's just it for East Central after they booted in a field goal as well. There was also 34 and 69-yard passing scores courtesy of Matt Ponatowski for Moeller, and that is how we get to the current score we currently have. While it is fairly close, Josh Ringer has asserted his dominance in this matchup between the 2 D1 running backs, between him and Jordan Marshall. We also have the Lawrenceburg at Milan game. In a game where I said there needed to be some offensive sparks, there has been slight offensive sparks. Lawrenceburg leads 14-7 as Logan Ahas has 118 passing yards with a touchdown pass to McGrath, and Tegan Bennett has 68 rush yards with a touchdown. We also have Silver Creek and Floyd Central, and that has been the scoring game of the night as well. Florida Central leads 42-7 at half. It's been quite offensive filled, with the rush game being strong for Floyd Central so far. We also have a quick halftime score from Batesville and South Dearborn. Batesville's laying the beat down on South Dearborn quite well, 20-8. South Dearborn has scored before the end of the half, but so far it's been all Batesville. Thank you, and back to the studio.
Thank you very much. Matt Supinger out in the field with an update, and he'll certainly be watching the second half, as we will here in a little bit. East Central leading Moeller at the half. We got some good games that are coming to a conclusion. One game that didn't end up quite as good tonight certainly was a good game for Lakota West. They shut out Fairfield tonight 33-0. That game has gone final as a big sack there for the Williamsburg defense, trying to defend a 26-20 lead. Let's take you back out to Marymount.
Scoop and score.
Something you do not want to see. They cannot be happy about that one. They're driven all the way back. really close to the end zone. They have to be careful down here not to get a safety on any dropbacks or rollouts.
That is a catastrophic play for the Warriors. Let's take another look at it. Just low and right all the way. And Dane Jones almost beat him to it, but the athlete that is Tully got back to it. It's 3rd and 26 from their own 5-yard line here. They give it to Glassmeyer on the edge. He's going to get some yards, but not enough as he's brought down at around the 15-yard line. And Williamsburg's going to get the ball back with under 8 minutes to go.
You see a little sportsmanship there. One of the Williamsburg players helping Glassmeyer up there.
It's going to be Tully back to punt here. Standing around his own 5-yard line, snapping from about the 15. Williamsburg does not appear to have anyone back, and they don't. This one.
A beauty there from Tully. Great leg he has.
Yeah, scooped up. Williamsburg will get it in their own territory, but only by a couple yards. Interesting that we also saw Williamsburg go with no one back. Really wanted to block that one deep in the Warriors' territory, but Tully was able to get the kickoff and get a good boot on it.
And right now we can see Pierce Ayers really hyping the team up. If they capitalize here, they're looking at the prospect of putting the game away.
Miller in the backfield, rolls out to his left, cuts it back up the middle of the field, picks up about 6 to 8 yards on that run before Tully brings him down.
Not a lot of huge pass plays for them in the second half. They're really just running a lot of misdirections and jet sweeps and things of that nature. But they definitely seem to be working. Great plays all around.
Pierce Ayers goes in motion across the field. Another bit of confusion between him and Holden. They're going to get nothing on that run.
That's the second time this happened today. Maybe just not knowing where to line up. Somebody is down. 51, Andrew Duckwall. Throughout the game, we've also seen J.J. Miller go down and maybe take an extended break on the.
Back to Marymount. Can Williamsburg put that one away against Marymount in the fourth quarter? We'll get you back there in just a moment. Meanwhile, big play for East Central as they are down inside the 30-yard line, looking to add to a 10-point lead as they've just gotten underway in the third quarter.
Maxwell in motion. He gets the ball. He's tackled, it looks like, by number 3 out there, the Crusaders, Carson Hobbs. Defensive back, senior, 6'2", 183 pounds. But again, a 5-yard gain for the Trojans. Ball on the 25 of the Crusaders. Josh Ringer again with the ball. 3rd and 2.
Yeah, they just keep getting those little 3- and 4-yard gains. Break one off every once in a while. I mean, that's an effective offense, and we're down now 4 minutes into this third quarter already.
We talked about, Jeff, at the start of the game, just how important the offensive line play was. And East Central, the Trojan line, has really showed up and played excellent here tonight so far through, almost 3 quarters.
Yeah, very effective, disciplined football, and they're making holes for the running backs. And
At Jeff was a pitch to Dylan Maxwell. He's going to pick up a first down. Gets inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. 1st and 10, Trojans.
when you can get the defensive line back on their heels like that and get them pushed back, sliding back, I mean, you're going to get positive yardage. I can't think of a negative play in my head that we've had.
No,
I mean,
not
a
really,
loss of
Jeff.
yards.
I
There's not
can't
been
either.
that many. And that's because the line's getting that push up
Yes.
the field. I mean, we're a yard, 2 yards down the field before anybody's getting a hand on us.
Ball goes to Ringer this time. What a push. Inside the 10-yard line here. 2nd down. Again, Josh, so hard to bring down. 2nd and 5 as we see some subs coming into the game for the Trojans.
Bringing some extra linemen in here. They might be shifting up here into the elephant formation out of the double wing, trying something different here on the inside the 10-yard line. Yeah, there's an unbalanced line. I got the extra lineman over on the left-hand side there.
Again, a nice push there by the offensive line.
It's probably a good move to shift to this formation, give Dylan Maxwell a breather because he's playing both ways tonight.
Yes.
So you give him a shot, get him a breath here, play here and the play there. And he's coming back in now, so probably back to the double wing.
No surprise. Josh Ringer with the carry. 1st and goal. East Central inside the 5-yard line. Burton under center. Ball goes to Ringer. He's going to get to the outside and in for a Trojan touchdown.
That's just that's a backbreaker, you know, for the defense to come out
Yes.
here and not be able to get a stop like that and just get pushed down the field. You can see the body language changing from
Yes.
Moeller, hands on hips. A lot of guys just standing out there with their hands on their hips, totally frustrated.
Well, you know, Ringer really walked in Jeff untouched on that
Yeah.
play.
Yeah.
McPhee back to attempt his extra point. Kick is through and good. Jeff, after that touchdown, it's Trojans 31, Crusaders 14, 5:45 left in the 3rd quarter.
East Central on the verge of repaying the favor from a year ago. Moeller with a big win a year ago at Moeller. This time it's East Central with a big lead, but still a lot of football left to play in that one, 31-14 in favor of East Central. Meanwhile, not a lot of football left to play at Marymount. Marymount trailing Williamsburg 26-20, but Marymount has the ball back with 5:23 left in the 4th.
Marymount quarterback Charlie Tully is asking for the snap inside of his own 10-yard line. They're going to have to go over 90 yards here, and they botch the snap. Now Glassmeyer picks it up, and they're going to lose 5 yards here. That is a mistake that cannot be made in this situation.
These snaps are becoming a real issue here, and if this continues, they're not going to win this football game.
I couldn't tell for sure. I didn't actually think it was the snap that time, Jamal. I thought that the transfer between Glassmeyer and Tully was botched there, is what it looked like.
The transfers and the snaps, these things have to be cleaned up, you know, especially against a great opponent against Williamsburg. These things can't happen.
Yeah, when you combine this with the penalties, it really starts to add up on you, and now Marymount is in a dire position. They have to avoid a safety. Williamsburg looks like they're packing the box.
They really want to get to quarterback Charlie Tully here.
Hands it
They're
off to
gonna run
Duckwall. He's going to get
Duckwall
out.
springs!
What a huge play for the Warriors. Max
They
Duckwall
needed
finds
that.
a hole and picks up more than 20 yards and a first down. I don't believe
duck
What
wall,
just happened?
breaks it wide open, and that is staying true, staying confident. Hasn't been working, and he just stays confident and stays with the plan.
They give it right back to him, and this time it's just absolutely swallowed up by Jonathan Helton. But
That
let's go back to
play
this
was
run.
pivotal. Jukes a defender here.
Cuts
and he
it
just,
back. Helton got sauced in the first play and then came right back and took him down in the backfield, probably a little bit unhappy with himself after getting beat. But that might have just saved the Warriors' drive, even though it is now 2nd and 14.
And like you said, he did get absolutely sauced. Ankles were snapped.
Empty backfield for Tully, 5 receivers set. Whistles blow for a timeout. Williamsburg's going to call them with 3.5 minutes to play. Second and 14 here, Jamal. If you're the Warriors, what kind of play are you
Back
looking
to Marymount in just a moment. Was turned into a very good game between Williamsburg and Marymount, 3:36 to go. But it's also been a good game, or at least it's been a close game. It's 14-13 Winton Woods over West Claremont. Winton Woods on the move. Finally getting the offense going here in the second half. They're going to pick up a first down and more right up the middle of the field. Not some great tackling there from West Claremont, but it's going to be first and goal at the 8-yard line as Winton Woods looking to extend a 14-13 lead.
You'll see the replay here. Harris just goes over the middle and sits wide open. The Purdue commit makes some guys miss inside the 10. West Claremont needs a stop right now.
This is where they'd have to defend all running plays because there's just not enough room for him to throw that ball up. There's the carry down to about the 5-yard line. 6:34 left to go in the game.
It's a good job by Carter Lucas again getting back there. He's had a nice second half, but this Winton Woods offensive line is really starting to dominate this West Claremont defensive front. West Claremont needs to stop right here.
And this is where the Warriors, they either got to score this touchdown or send this guy out there to kick. He's on the team too. He practices every day just like the rest of them. There's the give. Inside, he breaks in there. Touchdown is signaled. No flags on the field. 5:58 left to go in the affair. Yeah, you can see on that play where the West Claremont defense is tired.
You can see 73, the left tackle for Winton Woods, just pushing his guy just completely out of the play.
So that kick is up and the kick is good. So with 5:58 left to go here, we have a score of your Winton Woods Warriors 21 and the visiting West Claremont Wolves 13.
Good halftime adjustments by Winton Woods. That's a couple of touchdowns since the break, and they now lead by 8 over West Claremont. One big adjustment, stop throwing interceptions. That's worked out very well for them. We'll get you back out there in a little bit. Meanwhile, Moeller really got to get the offense going here. Still a lot of time left, but they're trailing 31-14 to East Central. We'll get you back to Marymount here in a few minutes as they're in the final minutes, still trailing by 6 to Williamsburg.
We'll take over on downs. That pass was intended, Jeff, for number 18, Matthew Fogler. Caught a touchdown pass last week against Bishop Dwenger. It's 1st and 10. Trojans already inside Crusader territory.
Yeah, that's a big field position shift there, given the Trojans offense that's been very effective and been able to drive the ball on you the last few series. You're giving the ball back this in their side of the field. I mean, I guess you got to gamble sometimes.
Well, you know, I guess you do. I was a little surprised that they did it there, you know, in some respects. But, you know, Jeff, when you're down 31-14, you got about a quarter and a half left, you kind of start counting your drives, right? How many you have left.
Yeah, yeah. And looking for that momentum shift for your own, right? If they get that first down, then that's a shift for them in their direction.
Loss of 1 on that play. It's 2nd and 11, Trojans. See Robbie Blay here on the near side. And that's Ringer. He breaks free. He's going to get inside the 30. And he's fired up here on the sideline. What a run again by Josh Ringer.
Yeah, again, they almost got him in the backfield there, but he was able to step out of the tackle and show his athleticism, get around the corner there.
Again, a nice replay here from Trojan Media Productions. It's kind of one of those patented runs by East Central's offense here, Jeff. There's a reverse. It's going to Josh Ringer. Again, he tries to get to the outside. A nice play there by 36. We see a flag down. That's Connor Kuzo. It's holding against the Trojans.
East Central rolling at the moment. We will get you back to East Central and Moeller in just a moment, but it's coming down to the wire now at Marymount High School. 91 seconds remain in regulation time. Williamsburg leading 26-20. We've got a meeting of the minds on the field. Do we have a penalty flag? We will see, but Marymount is on the march, trying to at least tie it up in the final minute and a half at Marymount.
Too many men on the field for the Wildcats here. Looks like he's gonna decline it.
You would think he would want to decline it. I mean, they picked up a first down in the process.
And Tilly got some great yards there. What a clutch play from Cooper Naccioni. If that ends up winning the game, you have to think, I called it. You know, I said this time.
You know, Jamal was adamant they needed to give the ball to Naccioni. Little did he know it was gonna end up happening and be the biggest play of the night, I would say. Just about $1.90 to go in this one, or $1.30 to go in this one. 90 seconds to play. Tully looking for the signal from Leon. Referee still consulting over something in the middle of the field. Any lip readers out there can help interpret what he's saying to Leon right now. We are not quite sure. And it looks like Williamsburg is moving their way back down the field as if Marymount is picking up 5 yards here.
The thing is, even if Marymount does score, you really want to be wary of how much time you leave on there for Williamsburg. Even if they leave, you know, maybe a minute, that can still be enough for them to get a quick score.
Yes, it was a penalty now. 1st and 10 for the Warriors inside the 30-yard line. Tully gives the handoff, and he is swallowed up, is Duckwall. They're going to have to hurry up right now. It was Dane Jones in the backfield. Marymount's going to call a timeout. I like that call. Minute 25, kind of regroup after that loss of yardage.
They need a touchdown here. You know, after that 4th down that they went for, you've got to think on this. I mean, it has to be on this drive, touchdown or bust.
Yeah, at this point, you're all in, especially after calling that timeout. I mean, you're going for it. And Leon made that very, very clear when he went for it on 4th down with over 2 minutes to go. Tell you what, Jamal, sometimes you go to these football games, if it's, you know, not really very competitive, you see fans start to file out pretty early, particularly the students. I'll tell you what, it is as full, if not more full, in here than it was at the start of the night. At this point of the game, everyone is on the edge of their seats in anticipation as to how this one's going to unfold with the Warriors down 6.
Definitely. Even if the Warriors don't pick up a W here, a great effort by them to for what they have done on the football field here today. They cannot be hang their heads on what they did here.
Yeah, these games really prepare you for conference play when you get into the heated battles of the CHL or for the Wildcats, the SBAAC. As Marymount and Charlie Tully look to throw. Now he goes up the middle.
Spins.
Eventually brought down shy of the first down, but a really nice play. It's going to take him to 3rd down. Third and short we have here. Jamal, run, pass. What do we do?
Give the ball to Nachione. Number 1 needs the ball. If you look here, he was looking at Nachione on the far side, couldn't get it to him, bursts up the spins. Beautiful play by Tully, but he was looking at Nachione. And we can see in these deep game situations, who are they looking for? Number 1 there, Cooper Nachione. They want to get him the ball. He's a big target and just very easy to get the ball to. And the first tackle is not going to take him down.
Yeah, I feel like I repeat myself from week 1 a lot of times here tonight, but Cooper Nachione, this guy, I feel like is a little bit underutilized on this team. I mean, obviously he's doing great things in the blocking game, but he is a big target to look for in the receiving game. 3rd down and 2 is what they have it listed as on the scoreboard here. Big play for the Warriors. Don't want to go to 4th down. They give it to Duckwall. He picks up a 1st down, it would appear. Yeah, they're going to move the chains. This is a big play here, Jamal. Clock ticking down, close to 1 minute to go.
You know, me saying give it to Nachione was probably a little crazy. Quick give to Duckwall was probably the best call.
Yeah, they're going hurry up here, and now the whistles blow. Timeout, it would appear. Yeah, Williamsburg's going to call and to stop Marymount momentum. I think that's a smart call by Coach Ayers.
He does not like how fast they're moving for one and how comfortable they look in this situation. They give it to Duckwall, and even though he hasn't gotten a lot of yards, he looks comfortable running the ball there. Not rattled by the moment at all, just picks up his yards and goes about his day.
Tell you what, Jamal, one stat I love to look at on the ESPN app, you see like the win probability statistics. I would have to think win probability is a very 50-50 right now.
This would be like the charts going up and down.
The charts go, yeah.
And down. This would be like a roller coaster if you're looking at it for win probability.
Yeah, absolutely. Ball on the 20-yard line, 16-yard line here with under a minute to go. Marymount down by 6. A lot of things still to unfold here in this one.
What would be interesting is we saw on the previous kick, Kutcher almost gets blocked. If we have a similar situation to that and he does get blocked, that could be a very interesting overtime.
We are set up for an incredible finish here. We'll see what unfolds. Empty backfield. It's Charlie Tully in the shotgun, 5-receiver set. 3 on the right, 2 on the left. He rolls out. They bring pressure. He escapes. Now looking to throw. Brings it himself. Inside the 10. Touchdown,
Tully!
Touchdown, Marymount! Tie ball game.
Tully just wants it more on that play. Tully wants it more than anybody on that field there. He was not going to be denied on that play. What a play by Charlie Tully.
What an incredible play. We see another look at it. He thought he was going to get sacked there. Then he wanted to throw. Then he keeps rolling out. He does not stop.
He's telling Nachione where to go. He decides to abandon it and just darts to the end zone. What a play by Charlie Tully there.
And now with a tie ball game, Tyler Kutcher heads out to take the extra point. Week 1, Marymount won on a missed Oakwood field goal at the Horn. 50 seconds to go here, but this could be make or break if you're Marymount. And this one is good for Tyler Kutcher. There was a man offsides for Williamsburg. Automatic dead ball on the offsides as we saw earlier in this game. I don't hate that then from Williamsburg. Might as well try and steal one there. Worst case scenario, you just have him try it again. So Kutcher will line up from a yard closer this time.
and this right here can be nerve-wracking. No matter how close you are, for anybody, this could be nerve-wracking.
Yeah, almost like icing the kicker, that penalty was.
Definitely.
He goes again. I think he was offsides again. Now, Jamal, I'm familiar with the rules very much. What stops him from just continuing to do this?
Until he gets it.
Until he finally gets it. That's what I'm saying. It's automatic dead ball. It happens again. Kutcher has now kicked 2 balls right in the middle of the uprights, and both of them are negated.
That one was shorter.
It barely snuck over, you're right.
He might have got a little spooked there on that one.
Yeah, Tully's talking to the referee crew here.
Tully doesn't like it.
Tully's very much not a fan. There were a lot of boos raining down from the crowd here at Kusel Stadium after that one. I can't say that I blame the Wildcats for that. I mean, it's kind of a good strategy.
It's a good strategy, but I wouldn't say it's very sportsman-like.
I would agree with you there, Jamal, yeah.
I understand the tactic, but just take your loss and, move on.
Yeah, I mean, they're just trying to guess the snap count, which makes sense, but
they're not good at it.
Now Kutcher's coming off the field. I think they're just going to try and straight up go for 2.
I would rather them just go ahead and kick the PAT.
This might have been what Williamsburg wanted all along. The crowd is getting loud in here right now. And Marymount, I'm pretty sure, is just lining up to go for a 2-point conversion.
I do not see – oh, no, I do see. So right here, I would think a quick fade to Cooper would be nice.
Yeah, timeout now is called by Williamsburg.
Yeah,
they don't like what they saw out there.
They got a little spook there. They probably weren't expecting this from Marymount here to just come out in 2-point if you're just going to keep jumping the count.
This is
some pettiness
about as
here.
crazy a finish as you can really see late in the game. Let me remind you, we still got 50 seconds left here after this kick.
And
after
if we're going back to it, he almost gets sacked here, looking for Cooper, cuts up, takes his ankles, and gets in the touchdown.
I mean, it's crazy the plays that have been made by Marymount tonight. I would say that final drive, too, was their best drive of the night. A lot of big plays happened right there. That Duckwall run from his own end zone, then the Cooper Naccioni first down pickup. Those are all things you can forget about, but this game's over if those things don't happen for Marymount.
I think the best play might have been the Duckwall run.
Yeah, that was so huge.
I mean, because they were so far backed up, it looked like they had no hope.
The biggest play of the night, it's Marymount. Charlie Tully under center. Looks like he might just want to punch this one up the middle. He does. He stretches and gets it. Marymount takes the lead.
He is in. And Williamsburg looks defeated on their sideline. Still 50 seconds to go here, but this one may be all but over. What do you think, Will?
I would not say it's all but over. The 50 seconds for Williamsburg. They don't have any timeouts, which is going to hurt them, but it's a lot of time for Miller and this offense to get going. That being said, Marymount's going to be dropping back, playing a lot of guys deep.
But you have to think, they have, like you said, they don't have a reliable kicker.
You're right.
They have to score a touchdown.
You think they have to get almost into the end zone, if not inside the 10-yard line. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like, they don't have to get a touchdown, but they have to get pretty
close. Man, that play by Charlie Tully, I thought for a second he was going to get stopped short, and then he reaches out his arm, the nose of the football gets across. That's such a smart play.
And the offensive line and everybody just pushes him forward. Nobody was going to let him not get in there.
Yeah, you know what it means to these guys when you see something like that happen. But Williamsburg has to collect themselves now. Need I remind anyone of the AFC Championship game last year between the Chiefs and the Bills, in which Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs scored with just 13 seconds, no timeouts on the clock. I mean, these things can happen in the sport of football. And if Marymount's not careful, they can give up some points here. So
Definitely.
Big possession for the defense.
You can't take the Wildcats lightly, and this is a lot longer than 13 seconds.
Yeah.
And luckily, there's no Tyreek Hill on the other side of the Warriors.
Important to note, though, the clock does stop for first downs until the offense is able to get set. So it's not like the clock will be constantly running here. If they can get out of bounds, get a first down, they can momentarily stop the clock, which is going to be huge to save those precious seconds late in this game.
Definitely. I would look for the Warriors to be extremely careful about blitzing too many people, leaving the middle wide open.
They give it to Ayers. They're going to run a little trick play here. Now it's given off to Elkins, and he gets hit hard.
What a hit! Big hit. I'm not sure who that was by.
Marymount Glassmeyer, Marymount Warriors defender Ryan Glassmeyer, right in front of the student section.
Right in front of the Warriors bench lights him up. What a play.
Wow. He was having none of that trick play.
The helmet was rocking on that play. I mean, let's look at the replay.
Let's get a replay. I can't watch this enough times.
He gets the ball, run a little trick play here to number 8 there, and Glassmeyer is just going to lay the boom on him. Right in front of all the Marymount bench. You can see everybody.
So after all that craziness, the Wildcats have the ball at the 30-yard line. They actually wasted about 7 seconds off the clock there doing that, which doesn't make a lot of sense. Rolling out right. They almost sacked him. Now he throws it really deep.
No way.
It's Elkins. Oh my goodness! Oh my! Down inside the 10 is Elkins. Here comes Williamsburg. He was tackled by Whitmore. A blown coverage. This is crazy. 27 seconds to go.
They have to hurry. Everybody has to hurry up. This is what Will Stevens was talking about. I said it was up and over. I was wrong.
Do they spike it here, Jamal? Yeah, they will. Just throw one at the ground. They're going to spike this. Oh, my goodness. I don't believe what I just saw.
Well, you were totally correct. What a play by J.J. Miller. Big Lawson Wade almost got to him. Let's look at the replay.
Oh, my
Lawson
God.
Wade almost gets to him here. Couldn't get to him. He's still running. Looks at number. He throws his hand out. I mean, touchdown saving tackle for Tully, but you can just, not Whitmore, I mean, but you can just see the frustration.
Austin Elkins just was the guy we said got hit by Glassmeyer on the sideline and comes right back with that play. So we said they need to get inside the 10. They are inside the 10, obviously still going for a touchdown, but not a lot they can do for Marymount if Williamsburg does have a field goal kicker from this point. They're going to look to throw. Doesn't really have anyone. Over the middle.
Touchdown!
Touchdown, Pierce Ayers. Williamsburg may have just stolen this game out of the palm of the Marymount Warriors. Oh my goodness.
This is the first football game that I've called. What a ridiculous turn of events here for the Marymount Warriors. Shocked.
Yeah, shocked is the only word you can use to describe this entire stadium right now, Jamal. Let's get another look at it. Kind of a risky throw, but Duckwell was beat by Ayers on the slant route and found him in the end zone.
Tully knows it. There's not much he can do.
Tully gave so much on that offensive drive, and in 3 plays, 2 plays.
You've got to think he may have been a little tired there. Like, he gave all he had to give on that final drive.
So now they're going to go for 2, try and make it a 6-point game. 20 seconds on the clock for Marymount when they get the ball back. Back shoulder throw to Elkins, and he's going to get it. So Williamsburg goes up 6. That wasn't a huge 2-point conversion. It was already out of field goal range. Not that really mattered a ton.
It was already going to have to be a touchdown situation.
Yeah, so now there's going to be a touchdown and an extra point situation. So, I mean, Williamsburg is about as fired up as a team can be right now. They had to feel like they were defeated. I mean, I truly do not know how you let a man get 60 yards down the field past your defenders. It's the one thing you can't do there.
What a rocket J.J. Miller has on him. He threw that ball as hard as he possibly could to get it downfield.
I mean, we opened this game up. How long ago was it now, Jamal? 2.5 hours ago, we opened this game up talking about the quarterbacks, Charlie Tully and J.J. Miller.
And in the second half, they gave everything they had to give.
Exactly. Charlie with a huge touchdown run, 2-point conversion. Then Miller makes one of the greatest heroic throws I've ever seen to Elkins, and then punches in the touchdown to his top guy, Ayers.
They have to have immense respect for each other after this game, because what these two men have given on the field today is nothing short of incredible.
14 seconds remain in this game. Our broadcast has it at 19. It is 14.3 seconds is the correct time at this point.
You got to be looking at maybe, I don't even know.
I mean, you have to hope for some sort of big return, and then you go laterals, I guess.
Maybe if they get out of bounds, they could get one.
They're going to squib kick it. Whitmore can't really handle it. Now he just falls on it. No time came off the clock.
That really I won't say it kind of changes things, but that's great field position to
It is
start out
actually
with.
really nice field position, Jamal. So I think 14 seconds, it's going to be tight, but that could be enough time to complete a pass, spike the ball, and then go for a Hail Mary, I think.
And like I said in the beginning, like I've been saying, I don't want to harp on this guy too much, but if you got a Naccioni for a Hail Mary
a
here,
jump ball, like, he's the most likely guy on the field to win a jump ball.
Right, yeah.
If you just look at it in terms of statistics and height and everything. They did run a little bit of time off the clock for the kick, so 12.5 seconds.
And totally has to be dog tired here. I mean, everything he's given.
I mean, you have to think Williamsburg won't make the same mistake Marymount just did and let a guy get behind him. But
I really don't know how that happened.
In this game, who really knows, Jamal? Kutcher goes into motion on the left side, runs up the field, flag is down. Tully escapes, throws deep, he launches it.
It's going to be picked off.
Intercepted by Pierce Ayers, the man who just scored a touchdown.
If the flag is on Marymount, the game is over.
The flag is down. We'll see what they have.
It looks like it's on Marymount.
It is against Marymount. It's going to be declined.
The game
and
is
this
over.
game is over. It's going to be victory formation for the Wildcats.
One of the greatest games I've ever seen in person.
J.J. Miller, Austin Elkins, and Pierce Ayers.
Well, that is what Friday Football Live is all about. It looked like Marymount had scored the winning touchdown, but 2 passes later, Williamsburg comes all the way down the field, scores the game-winning touchdown, and is the Wildcats of Williamsburg that go to 3-0, and one of our better games of the season. They defeat Marymount tonight 34-28. We're going to wrap up the evening at East Central. It's been a great night for the Trojans, and they have scored again. It is 38-21. East Central is on top. We'll head on out to East Central High School, and that's how we'll wrap up our evening. We'll have final scores from all around the area. Of course, make sure you're checking out our social media page for updates from our reporters in the field. Let's head out to East Central to wrap up the night on Friday Football Live.
We're talking to the players. It's not over.
Yeah,
right? It's not over. We've seen crazy things before. Just keep playing your game and do what we've been doing, and this one's in hand. But it's not over.
Smith and Kyo back to receive the kick. Again, a nice kick, and it's going to be another touchback. Jeff, you mentioned Moeller next week. They travel to Center Grove. That game time is at 7:30 up here at Indianapolis. East Central travels north to Franklin County. They will face the Wildcats in Brookville at 7 o'clock. A couple upcoming games. I think the next game, Jeff, we have is homecoming in a couple weeks. 22nd, we face South Dearborn here at Trojan Field for homecoming.
That'll be a good one. That's always a fun game
Yes.
to do. A lot of tradition and rivalry there between South Dearborn and East Central. Good job by the defense there, bringing down inbounds. Keeps that clock moving.
That was Jovan Love. Alex Kuhn. Chase Bellman on the tackle. Another good play here, Jeff, by Trojan defense.
by two Trojans there.
It's going to bring up third down. Gronkowski back to pass. He gets a receiver. Looks like Rouse on the tackle. Pass was complete to Duffy. They do pick up a first down. It's 1st and 10, Moeller. Ball on the 34-yard line of the Trojans. And a sack there. That was number 35. Brendan Colder.
Yeah, this late in the game, the Trojan defense is still playing strong and still getting penetration. I'm impressed with the way they're able to get through this offensive line of Moeller.
Five minutes left. Gronkowski again drops back, looks to throw over the middle. He has a man downfield. That again is number 8 for the Crusaders, Duffy.
Central continuing to lead 38-21 over Moeller in our final game of the evening. It was a good night for Lakota West tonight. Our own Dimitri Fisick has an update on what happened tonight with Lakota West and other games in the GMC. Dimitri?
Final from Fairfield at 33-0 as the Lakota West Firebirds came into Fairfield and completely shut out the Indians. They are going on to a great matchup against the Middletown Middies next week at Lakota West. Quarterback Sam Wiles was the story of this one with 3 passes, 2 of them being touchdowns, and the third one putting them in a great position to score a touchdown through Junior Gonzalez, leading the Firebirds to a 28-0 lead going to the halftime break. Then coming out of the half, Lakota West trying out that triple option with Jackson Smith and Nolan Parker also taking a few snaps as the lead was already to a blowout. No points were scored, no touchdowns were scored in the second half. However, a field goal was scored and Elijah Davis had a safety and to make it 33-0 for the Lakota West Firebirds. At Princeton, the Thunderhawks are still down 30-13. In Hamilton, they're blowing out the Mason Commons 37-6. Middletown and Sycamore still playing, and Oak Hills and Coleraine still playing. However, no updates on those games. After a great night of GMC matchups, we will be right back in action next Friday with Lakota West against the Middletown Middies at Lakota West High School. Be sure to follow along my Twitter. My name is Dimitri Fisick for Butler County High School Sports Report and Friday Night Football. We wish you good night.
Thank you, Dimitri, for that update.
Watching number 14
We've got more
down
updates
here,
from our crew out in the field. I believe Andy Edwards, who we had an update from earlier tonight, he's got another update for us. He's keeping an eye on all the games in the GCL tonight, and we'll get to him in just a moment. But, again, 38-21 our score here as we get the report ready from Andy and get all that ready to go. And it's been a great night of football on Friday Football Live. Of course, that Williamsburg game at Marymount was certainly the game of the night. We're going to have all the final scores from around the area. Let me give you a couple of scores while we get ready to get a report from Andy. St. X has been a tough night for them down in Tennessee. They are taking on McCallie School. It's McCallie School with a 28-11 lead as they're in the late stages of the third quarter. It was LaSalle holding off Fairmont tonight, 14-7. Really good game there, but LaSalle gets the win. And as you saw on Friday Football Live, it was Elder with a 28-7 win tonight in the pit against Springboro. Obviously, this is the last GCL game of interest tonight, and we will continue to work on getting some updates from out in the field. And of course, we've got final scores from around the area, and we'll run down a few more finals while we get the opportunity. Anderson, winner tonight over Lebanon, 44-14. Kings, 35-0 was last update on that game over Walnut Hills. That is probably a running clock situation in the second half. Milford, a 52-27 lead over Loveland in the fourth quarter. Turpin, a big winner tonight, 42-20 over Little Miami. And it was Winton Woods holding off West Claremont. Winton Woods' offense finally got things going. It was 21-13. That was the final score. I think we've got everything ready to get it out to Andy Edwards now, and he'll give us some updates on some games in the GCL tonight. Andy?
To 7. Braden, seeing your leadership out there as a junior, as a quarterback, is amazing. How are you able to take that leadership into your own hands and throw it out there on the field?
You know, watching leaders out there last year, Jay Dietz, Ben, Chris, all of them, you know, it really helped me become a leader and come into my role. But it's mostly just the guys out there that I'm playing with. they're all great guys, and I just love playing with them.
What did you also see in that defense tonight that made you have those spectacular passes tonight?
Coaches set up great stuff for us all week. We knew what they were going to do, and just executed well. Receivers went up, got balls, and we just executed.
Well, thanks, Brandon, and congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Oh. Being chased, he still gets it off.
Still gets his receiver. That's going to go in for a score. He makes it complete to Jordan Marshall.
Kick is good.
Orr's kick is up and through. Here's a replay of reception TD. Really good job by Matowski to find his receiver there in the corner.
Yeah, he extended the play there. The fans out there, if you did hear them, they were wanting a holding call. Watching the replay, they may have been right, but refs can't see it all, and those things happen nearly every play. But it was a good play for Moeller to get the game back within 10 with 3 minutes to go. And you're almost guaranteeing to see an onside kick here, right? That's the only way they're going to be able to do that.
Yeah, you'd almost have to expect that, Jeff, at this point in the game. Again, the lead trimmed to 10. Just over 3 minutes left in the game. One guy back for the Trojans, that's Tanner Draper. That's going to be recovered at midfield by East Central. Looks like it was Josh Ringer. East Central, this drive will begin on the 49-yard line of Moeller.
I can't hear what the coaches are saying there, but I can only imagine they're saying hold on to the football.
Yes.
Hold on to the football, protect the football. Don't do anything silly here. No stupid penalties.
It's really been mistake-free, Jeff, as far as turnovers both ways tonight.
Yeah, there hasn't been a lot. It's been a clean game there.
Pitch back to Ringer. Yeah, you have to imagine Jeff Root punching and grabbing at that ball at every step.
Absolutely.
Moeller's going to call a timeout. We'll call a timeout up here and be back with you in 1 minute.
Hank Poodle Stud Service. Check us out on Facebook at Hank Poodle Stud Service or hankpoodlestud@gmail.com. Hank Poodle Stud Service. The poodle for your doodles.
Welcome back here to East Central. That's Ringer yet again. Not a bad game there. It keeps the clock rolling. I believe another timeout has been called. We'll also take a timeout here to thank our sponsors. We'll be back in 1 minute.
I'm Josh Benjamin with JHB LLC. If you're interested in sports cards, sports card breaks, memorabilia, game tickets to different sporting events, or my personal favorite, giveaways, my group is for you. You can search our Facebook group by searching JHB Sports, or hit that QR code in the bottom right-hand corner and be a part of this great hobby.
SIG Surveying provides all your...
Third down, Trojans. On the reverse. Need a big push, and they get it. It's going to be first down, Trojans.
That's a fresh set of downs and another opportunity to run more time off the clock here. Keep the ball out of Moeller's hands.
I think Moeller's going to call their final timeout here, Jeff. Hold on to it.
They're going to hold on to it for a minute here.
Again, clock is rolling. Trojans up 10, 38-28.
I think we're going to see East Central take one here.
Yeah, they're looking towards the sideline, Jeff, and they do. Again, we'll take a break here for sponsors and be back with you after this timeout.
Professional land consultants. They work closely with their clients to locate property corners, create site designs for new homes and businesses, split your property, subdivision design, elevation certificates, and more. If it has to do with property, SIG Surveying is the place to go. Give Rob Sig and his team a call for all your land surveying needs. 812-623-6700 or visit their website, siglandsurveying.com. From our team to yours, good luck to all the EC teams.
Welcome back to St. Leon, Indiana. 2 minutes left in tonight's game. I'm Aaron Jackson along with Mr. Jeff Bond. We want to thank you all again for tuning in tonight. We watch Cole Burton under center here. Looks like it's going to be offsides. Yes, it will be a 5-yard penalty charged to the Moeller defense. First and 5 now for East Central. I want to thank Kevin Leach, Spencer Powell, the whole Trojan Media Production crew, everyone at East Central High School and some in Dearborn Community Schools. Dylan Maxwell there with the ball. He gets it down to the 20-yard line.
Well, you know, Aaron, the other thing that's going on here is Moeller's got a lot of work to do.
Yes.
And East Central's putting together a blueprint for any team that wants to watch film.
Yes.
On how to beat Moeller, because what they're doing today is just picking them apart.
Well, it might have surprised some people, Jeff. You know, you saw that first score from week 1 when Ben Davis, you know, did pretty well against Moeller, beat Moeller, and they had a nice bounce-back game against Bishop Dwenger. And so, you know, East Central's had success against Moeller. And we've seen that continue, Jeff, here tonight.
Yeah, both times they've beat Moeller now. I remember that game back in 2020. Jake Fight carried the ball about 35 times.
Yes.
And just kept grinding and grinding that way, and that's the way we beat them then. And another game like that tonight.
Yes.
You know, just pound and ground and get those little chunk plays, and every once in a while you break a big one off.
Guys, we'll take a break here. Be back with you in a few seconds.
We'd like to take this opportunity to thank the sponsors of tonight's event, Skyline Chili in Brookville and St. Leon. Stop by Skyline before or after any Trojan athletic event and fill up with a hearty meal at Skyline. Trojan Media Productions would like to thank Dave and Michelle Deddens and Skyline Chili for sponsoring all East Central Trojan events.
Welcome back, folks. see the Trojans here, Jeff, in victory formation. Want to win tonight for East Central.
Yeah, another very effective running game night for the Trojans.
Yes.
I don't have the stat in front of me, but I can probably count on one hand how many passes we even attempted tonight.
Oh, no doubt.
But we didn't need to.
No.
The running game was working. We were getting 5 yards a carry, 3 or 4 or 5 yards a carry, and just able to run the clock and
Yes.
control the game.
Yes.
Just control the game from beginning to end. Up front, I'm very impressed. I was very impressed with our line. Looking at that, I was thinking that would be the key for us, was
huge
up
key.
front, defensively and offensively. Just the size that Moeller had on the line, I was a little concerned about that. But our guys handled them well and passed the test. Passed the test very well. So coach has got to be excited about that. You know, this is a big test for the team and it's a big win.
Oh, absolutely. Another marquee win, you know, in the history of East Central. Anytime
Victory
you beat
formation.
somebody like Moeller in their
Right,
history, you know, these boys
game
you see
taken
them
care of for
celebrate,
East Central.
and they should
because
enjoy
they
every second of it.
had a tough time last
Absolutely,
year
they
at
should. They should be
Moeller,
proud
but
of
this
the
year
way
it'll
they-
be East Central as
not
they
only the way they
race the
play tonight, but the
midfield,
way they
getting the
prepare all
handshake
week.
line. Great to see
A
good
little bit
sportsmanship to
different
wrap this
offense,
one up.
more
East Central
methodical
getting the
and
big
double
win tonight
wing
over
and-
Moeller,
and with
38
Maxwell
to
coming over there,
28.
those were things they put in this week at
Party
practice.
tonight at East
So
Central
they
High
really
School.
did a
That's
great job
big win for
preparing
them
for
as
this game.
Time winding down
for the end
And look at
product.
these two teams.
the
That's now
end way-
3-0
turn out the
start
way it
for
did, it
East
just shows you
Central.
that work was
Moeller
paid
will
off.
fall
It
to
makes that
1
whole week
and
work
2.
better.
Yeah, I agree.
Certainly
Just
a
a great
chance for
game
Moeller to
plan,
bounce
great
back next
adjustments
week.
this
East
week,
Central
Jeff, by the
continuing to
coaches.
roll on as they would
It
like to
really paid
repeat
off in,
as state
Phase 2
champions
tonight.
in Indiana.
Always, like I said,
We've got a whole lot of
elevate
final
your game.
scores to be
Hopefully
giving
when
you, and
play
we'll
a
be
team of the caliber
doing that
of the
as
Moeller
things are
Crusaders,
wrapping up at
you
East
get
Central, and we've got a
somebody
lot of
that's,
final scores from
definitely
around the area, so we'll be
on.
doing that
Come away with a
as
10-point
we
victory.
get things
Yeah.
ready to roll
Yeah,
here.
and they agree to come here
Bring
because
our
they know
Friday
it's going to be a
Football
good game.
Live to a
It's
close.
not a walkthrough game. You look at Moeller's schedule, like we said earlier. They don't have cake games. They don't schedule.
As we've got games all across the area wrapping up, and mostly final scores at this point, but we've got a few games that are still in progress. We will give you those scores as we have them now. In the GCL, everything but one game is a final. Elder was a winner tonight over Springboro, 28-7. It was LaSalle over Fairmont, 14-7. They are into the fourth quarter now. McCallie School leading St. X 28-11. And you just saw East Central in our game of the night beating Moeller 38-28. In the Eastern Cincinnati Conference, Anderson a big winner tonight at home over Lebanon, 44-14. Kings at last report 35-0 lead over Walnut Hills. Don't have any more updates on that one. That was the halftime score. It was Milford closing in on a win against Loveland, 52-27 at last report in the fourth. Turpin a big winner tonight over Little Miami, 42-20. And Winton Woods, as you saw here on Friday Football Live, getting the offense going in the second half. They get the win over West Claremont, 21-13. All finals in the GMC tonight. Lakota West, a big winner over Fairfield, 33-0. It's Princeton beating Lakota East, 30-16. Sycamore, a big winner tonight over Middletown, 35-17. Oak Hills goes to Colerain and beats the Cardinals, 21-14. And the Big Blue of Hamilton, a big winner tonight over Mason, 37-6. In the Cincinnati Hills League last night, Taylor was a winner over Gamble Montessori, 34-8. It was Deer Park in a big way over Miami Valley Christian, 47-12. It was Williamsburg, as you saw here on Friday Football Live, the game of the night as far as the closest game, 34-28 over Marymount. We have a couple of overtime games that are in progress. Finneytown and Laughlin have gone to overtime, tied at 13. Purcell, Marion, and Madeira have gone to overtime, tied at 35. It was Harrison beating Indian Hill 35-17, and Reading, big blowout of Summit Country Day, 70-7. And a reminder, Wyoming plays tomorrow at Aiken. They will look to extend their regular season winning streak to 70 consecutive games. In the Miami Valley Conference, Cincinnati College Prep closing in a win over Norwood, 34-16. As Deer Park a winner tonight over Miami Valley Christian, 47-12. It was Hughes and Roger Bacon. That was a one-point game in the last report in the first half. Reading a big winner tonight, as we mentioned, 70-7 over Summit Country Day. Almost all finals in the Southern Buckeye Conference tonight was Waynesville over Blanchester, 34-14. East Clinton closing in on a win on Fayetteville Perry, 48-6 at last report. Williamsburg, as you saw, a winner over Marymount, 34-28. It was Batavia beating Claremont Northeastern 20-8. Clinton Massey, 3-0. Look out for the Falcons. They beat Tri-Valley tonight, 24-14. London blows out Western Brown, 49-14. McNicholas over Goshen, 35-7. New Richmond, a big win, bouncing back from that loss to Williamsburg. They defeat Western Hills 48-26. Woodward, a late touchdown, beats Bethel Tate 12-7. And it was the Owls of Mount Healthy with a winner. We're a winner tonight over Wilmington, 22-7. Game from last night in the GCL Co-Ed, it was Alter, a big winner over Meadowdale, 35-0. As we move down, one more Ohio score, always the most important Ohio score to pass along. Brookville, the Fighting West Acres, is a big winner tonight over Graham, 48-6 to remain unbeaten on the season. In the Commonwealth, Holy Cross a winner tonight over Grant County, 21-18. It was Highlands, a big winner over Campbell County, 67-35. Lloyd Memorial, no trouble with Holmes, 47-8. It was Newport Central Catholic, no problems with Scott, 59-27. Newport, a big winner tonight over Pendleton County, 56-6. It was Ryle over Cooper, 28-10. Covington Catholic, a winner tonight over Simon Kenton, 50-12. It was Louisville St. X, that is a final now, over Mail, 20-10. And Bracken County gets a big win tonight over Nicholas County, 45-6. Other games from Southeast Indiana, Batesville a winner over South Dearborn, 20-14. At last report, Lawrence North was leading Lawrence Central, 21-3. Center Grove a big winner tonight over Trinity out of Louisville, 34-7. And Floyd Central, 56-28 over Silver Creek. Couple games from around Ohio's Fantastic 50. It was Perry, a big winner, upset winner at Kirtland tonight, 24-6. It was Avon over Glenville. The Tarblooders go down this week in a big matchup of top 12 teams, 24-16. And Versailles takes care of St. John's, 41-0. A lot of great football for week number 3. It's only going to get bigger and better as we move into week number 4. Conference play getting underway. Playoff pictures, especially in Ohio, start to come into focus as we get near the halfway point of the season. Executive producer of Friday Football Live, our spiritual leader, the man who came up with all this, Wes Akers, the man in charge tonight. Our Southeast Indiana reporter was Matt Supinger. He did a great job tonight at East Central. Josh Kalb doing a great job tonight at Mason County. He kept us updated on Northern Kentucky games. Dimitri Fizzik, great job at Lakota West tonight and keeping us updated on other GMC games. Andy Edwards bringing that energy tonight, 100%, giving us interviews and updates from the GCL. Gracie Kopfer does a great job on social media, keeping it all running tonight. Alex Perez bringing us the scores from all over the area in the Tri-State Media Center. Director Travis Martin, great to have Travis here tonight, who does such a fantastic job keeping things rolling along. Sophia Cates, a great job as a producer tonight, keeping things rolling as well. Phil Hoffman, he does just about a little bit of everything. Associate producer, did a great job tonight. Garrett Jordan, associate producer, assistant producer, great job as well. Paul Kramer, great to have Paul Kramer here tonight. The man who makes these shots look good as they can look with me sitting in this seat, but Paul does a great job. Gracie Holland, our editor, does such an outstanding job. Nick Foles, also doing a great job, production assistant. We have people out in the field tonight. We've mentioned some of them, but Violet Lewis giving us photographs from that East Central Moeller game. Great job as well. And Jensen Lindner doing a great job as a cinematographer on that game as well. And you'll see their work on our social media pages. We'll be back. Another great slate of high school football games coming up in week number 4. FridayFootballLive.com. That's where you'll find out about those games first. And we hope you join us again next Friday night at 7 o'clock. And for the entire crew, I'm Matt Sexton saying so long. We'll see you next Friday night for Friday Football Live.